We're just moments away from Game 7 of the 3C2A Baseball Championship. Be sure to catch all the action on our website at www.socalcollegesports.com. You can also catch the action on our YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1. And be sure to follow us on our Twitter at SoCal College SPO, S-P-O. Stay tuned, everybody.
6 not enough to settle it here in the 2017 3C2A Baseball Championship on SoCalCollegeSports.com. And we head to Game 7. One game to decide it all here. The defending champion, Santa Rosa College Bear Cubs, trying to come all the way back from a 5-1 deficit after 7 innings in Game 5 to take this championship and repeat as champions. And Grossmont, of course, trying to finish it off. They came in after a 2-0 start, but they dropped Game 6, 5-4 the one-run loss, and now they'll have to go back to work and try and do, ironically, Bones, what Santa Rosa did last year, which was come in from the winner's bracket, drop Game 6, but then turn around and win Game 7 and take home the championship.
You're right, Jeff. Like you quoted Ernie Banks earlier, let's play 2.
It's a beautiful day for baseball.
It certainly is, and Santa Rosa scratching their way back. They played I think the toughest game in the tournament. Game 4 against El Camino. Came right up, won that game in the 10th. Now Grossmont has to respond after a disappointing close outing, 5-4. And everybody's grinding here, demonstrated by the starter for Santa Rosa, Seamus Lyons. 19 appearances, but only 1 start. 34 innings on the year. About a 2.5 to 1 strikeout to walk ratio. We'll see what kind of left-hander Mr. Lyons is today.
Well, the third baseman got the win in our previous game today. So obviously in this format, you get some unexpected results, but Seamus Lyons actually a regular contributor for this team, and he starts out David Maldonado with a ball. Swing and a miss for Maldonado. Count evened up, a ball and a strike. Maldonado earlier today 1 for 5, but the one was a home run. He took it deep to right field in the 3rd inning. At the time, pulling the Griffins back within 1, but in a back-and-forth affair, Grossmont dropped it 5-4. 2-1 the count now, I should say, on Maldonado. He'll be followed by Reese Hernandez and Justin Berkey. A couple of minor changes to the lineup for Grossmont, but no changes in terms of personnel. Here's the 2-1. Bouncing ball to short. Kimura on the big hop. Maldonado retired. Reese Hernandez due up. Let's set the defense for you. A couple of minor changes in the lineup for Santa Rosa. Ben Sanderson in the lineup, but after perhaps a minor injury, he is the designated hitter in Game 7. So we'll have Matt Yakota in left, Daniel Teasley back in center, and Jeff Bart in right. We'll get to the defense after this pitch to Hernandez. The left-hander takes a breaking ball for strike 1.
Looks like Seamus Lyons has a 3-pitch repertoire. He likes plate side. These left-handers got a little late life with that 2-seamer in, but they like that outer third of the plate at Santa Rosa.
Josh Lenny back at third base after the win on the mound, coming on in relief in Game 6. Matt Kimura at short, Blake Berry at second. Berry, of course, a big hero with the triple, come around to score the eventual winning run. Ryder Coons at first. Hernandez down on strikes, and he looks like he was fooled by the breaking ball, Bones.
He did. Again, here's a guy comes right out of the pen. Hasn't been in the front end of a game in a while. Boom, boom, 2 outs, 6 pitches. A little bit of early tempo for Santa Rosa, who brings tempo in. Grossmont required to respond here.
Speaking of required to respond, Grossmont was the only undefeated team left, obviously, in the postseason here in 2017. They were 8-0 coming into Game 6, so they're facing elimination, maybe their first hint of adversity anytime in this postseason right here in Game 7. Berkey is the batter, account now of a ball and a strike.
Good assessment, but again, good club. They're here for a reason. Coach got to rally them up and just play baseball 1 pitch at a time, and the best man will win today.
Berkey was 1 for 4 with a walk in Game 1 today. Breaking ball just misses, 2 balls and a strike. Robert Bostet, the designated hitter, moves into the on-deck circle, so he moves up in the lineup, and they move Noah Stroll down to the 6th spot. Swing and a miss, good fastball from Lyons. And right now it looks like the breaking ball is very sharp for Lyons, and obviously that's only going to make the fastball a little more effective.
It looks like it's got a little late life in the zone. Like I said, Santa Rosa likes the outer third, staying away from people, going there again.
High fastball, and Berkey lays off. Count now full at 3-2. Berkey was 1 for 4 with a walk in Game 1. That one misses high and outside, so a 2-out walk to Berkey will bring up Bostet.
Good discipline by Berkey. He's chased that ball up a little bit during the course of the weekend, but stayed disciplined, had a plan, and again, with this pitching staff of Santa Rosa pounding the outer third against most hitters, trying to sneak one in every now and then, but they got a plan, and they stick to it.
We talked about Bostedt returning after missing some time. Hadn't played since April 25th. Coming into the weekend here. Swings at the first pitch. Lines a base hit into left center. Teasley will cut it off. So after 2 were out, a walk and now a single. And the Griffins trying to get a 2-out rally going with Trevor Beard coming to the plate.
Could be a big situation for Grossmont to come out, hang a number on that first box in the top of the first inning, get their emotion back into the game. Tough situation for young men to go as long as they did undefeated. Now lose a tough 1-run ball game as the winner's bracket, and now the state championship in 2017 is on the line, pitch by pitch.
Well, the Griffins faced a minor amount of adversity right off the bat with a 3-5 start that was somewhat unexpected after coming within 1 game of making it up to Fresno last year. Breaking ball low from Lyons, a ball and no strikes on Beard. But I thought it was very interesting. They had a very interesting reason for their slow start as we talked to their coaches before the game. It was a lot of rain down in the San Diego area, and their field is situated somewhat on a rock, and they couldn't get onto their field to take batting practice early in the season. Jammed Beard, a slow roller, but time for Berry to go to first to retire the side. So a walk and a hit, but 2 runners stranded in the top of the first. We're through half an inning in Game 7. No score. Santa Rosa and Grossmont vying for the 3C2A baseball championship here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Welcome you back to John Euless Ballpark on the campus of Fresno City College. 7th and deciding game in the 2017 3C2A Baseball Championship here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Grossmont and Santa Rosa, and no score through half an inning. Dylan Gargis gets the call in Game 7 for Grossmont.
I think here's where you see your pen and guys needing to step up. Dylan Gargis, only 10 appearances in 8 innings all year. Has not started a game for the Griffins, but you reach into your pen, you see how far he can get you. Dylan Gargis, challenge in front of him today with the Bear Cubs.
What a spot for your first start. Blake Berry grounds 1 to short. Diffley over to first. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Gargis.
Santa Rosa having a sandwich, a bag of chips, come out swinging. No change for them. And the man of the weekend at this point, Josh Lenny at the plate.
You know, Bonesy, you have to assume that their confidence is sky high right now. Coming back from near certain defeat in Game 5. 7 runs over the last 3 innings to steal the victory there, and then the victory over Grossmont, heretofore undefeated in the postseason in Game 6, and they have to love their chances.
Well, I think Mike made a comment in the last ball game that if we started over tomorrow, these same 4 teams, we might have 2 different teams standing here.
Yeah.
So it's been such a close, well-played tournament, well-pitched, well-umpired, and, of course, Jeff, by you and Mike, well-broadcasted.
Well, thank you for that. No balls and a strike on Lenny. And Lenny, the hero in Game 5, and pretty heroic in Game 6. How about 2 for 5 and the win on the mound? So he's on a roll. No balls and 2 strikes.
He's got a little butter on his pants, therefore he must be on a roll.
Yeah, nice of you to bring back a little Stuart Scott. So no balls, 2 strikes to Lenny. Here's the pitch from Gargas. In on the hands. Easy pop fly, and Hernandez is under it. Well, Gargas not completely unlike Lyons. Off to a pretty good start. Retires the first 2. Bases empty, and Trevor Mallett coming to the plate.
Dylan Gargas, hoping changing his first name to Dylan Gargas. And as Grossmont looks for some support out of their pen here, as we get deeper into these staffs on Game 7.
Talking about a nickname that the Grossmont faithful are hoping will stick. Dylan Gargas.
Well, if it sticks,
a ball and no strikes.
They'll carry him off the field.
The count on Mallett. Mallett in Game 1, 1 for 4. But Mallett had perhaps the biggest at bat of the entire game, delivering a sacrifice fly in the 7th, plating the eventual game winner, bringing home Barry, and giving the Bear Cubs a 5-4 lead they would not relinquish. Here's the 2-0. That's outside. 3 balls and no strikes. Man, is it the top of the first? It's deja vu all over again. This is exactly what we saw from Lyons. Mallett will be followed by Ryder Coons. Yeah, on the inside corner, I should say. 3 balls and a strike.
Gargas back after it, after 3 balls, but I think he might have a – you're not sure what's running through that young man's veins right now.
That one outside, and the 2-out walk. It is deja vu all over again. That'll put Mallett at first, and here comes Coons. Coons in Game 1 today was 0 for 4, did reach on an error.
And I think what's happened in the first inning describes this entire tournament. What you do, I'll do.
Yeah.
What I do, you do. And here we are, 2 outs and a 2-out walk.
Well, the Griffins had just an uncanny knack, particularly this weekend, for an immediate response when they gave up a run. Now they're batting in the top of the first here, so might not have quite the same dynamic here, but that was the whole feeling of that first game, as you guys talked about. Real back and forth. Had a certain prize fight quality to it. I like that analogy.
Yes,
no balls and a strike on Coons. Hit hard, but right at Berkey. Berkey with the grab, retiring Coons. That might be the hardest hit ball that Coons has had all weekend, and I suppose if you're for the Bear Cubs, you're hoping that's something of an omen. Through 1 inning, no score. Grossmont and Santa Rosa, the 3C2A Baseball Championship on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Well, ordinarily the dynamic here, Bones, in this particular format is the later you go, it seems to favor the bats a little bit more. as you go deeper into that rotation. But we really haven't seen much of that dynamic this weekend. And Lions and Gargis off to a pretty good start through one inning.
I agree. I was stopped by a Santa Rosa fan after in between games, and he said, "Hey, is there better baseball around than this?" And so I think he recognized, even though he's a avid Bear Cub fan, that the quality of people in this ball game, in this tournament, has been outstanding. So pitching takes over, and even though you have offensive groups here, 1-on-9 seems to do it.
Noah Stroll is the batter. He was 1 for 5 in game 1 today. 2 balls and a strike as Lions narrowly misses with the breaking ball.
Noah looking to get hot here in game 7.
2-1 pitch. Hard hit, but right at Kimura. Over to first. Stroll retired. 1 down. Diffley coming to the plate for the Griffins.
Kimura doing his Hunter Lewis impression from El Camino. If you remember Hunter, the third baseman from El Camino.
How can I forget?
Yeah, he caught everything. I think Matty's doing the same thing. Just a solid grinder.
I think great play by Hunter Lewis was my most oft-uttered statement of the weekend. Fastball in there for a strike on Diffley.
You're a man of facts, and that's exactly what the facts are.
Diffley 0 for 2 in game 1, did have 2 walks. A ball and a strike the count.
Well, gentlemen, we never did get to the trivia answers.
Fastball on the outside corner.
Well,
remind us, of course, what the question was, and then we'll...
Well, I'd like Matt, as our resident military retiree here on Memorial Monday, to give everybody the answer, which was, the question was, what is the hometown of Betsy Ross, who designed our flag, and who asked her to complete the project?
All right, so George Washington was the one that asked Betsy Ross. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, and then Philadelphia, I believe.
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, home of Betsy Ross.
And Matt and I did team up to get it right. I said Philadelphia and Ben Franklin. Matt said Boston and George Washington. So if you give us enough guesses, we can get almost anything right if you're willing to hang around long enough.
Well, I'm here for Game 7, and we've talked about it takes a village. So
yeah.
If it took 2-on-1 to get the right answer and share a memorial trivia answer with our public and our audience, that's okay with me.
We'll overlook all the people out there who were able to get the answer by themselves. Lenny backing up, loses the handle as he goes to throw. De La Rosa going to be on at first. We'll wait and see what the ruling is. And okay, they're going to call that an error. And Lenny got caught between hops there, Bones, and moving back, and I think in a hurry to try and get that ball out. Just lost the handle and no chance to get De La Rosa.
CBT coming to the plate. Again, first team all footwear.
Those are pretty good.
Those are nice. I think he buffed them out a little bit in between games and probably brought some good luck shine to him.
Kind of a bit of a alien green, I think that he's going with. Another line drive off the bat of Van Til. This is a base hit. De La Rosa running hard, and he will make it to third.
De La Rosa, good foot speed, read the location of the base hit, kept his head up, picked up his coach, went to third base, and CBT making a decision on the outcome.
Yeah, it's interesting. In the first game today, we saw De La Rosa very aggressive on the base pass, take a couple of bases on wild pitches, and he flashes that once again there as he's off on contact and makes it to third on a base hit to left center, and that's not terribly easy to do even with 2 out.
He's a tall, long, athletic kid who obviously has some foot speed and is able to do some things for his club.
Here's David Maldonado. Maldonado grounded to short to start the game, goes after the high fastball from Lions. No balls and a strike.
Maldonado likes that ball up, but he also likes to swing. The aggressive kid, top of the lineup. What you want in this situation?
Lions working from the stretch. Ready. That one in the dirt, and Maldonado takes the swing, so he's down in the count. No balls and 2 strikes on the play. Van Til able to move into second with a stolen base. So second and third now for the Griffins, but no balls and 2 strikes the count on Maldonado.
David a little too aggressive. He needs to get back in the at-bat, do the things that allows him to be a near 400 hitter.
Here's the pitch from Lyons. That one low, a ball and 2 strikes.
A little bit better. Stay tall. Let it get deep. Use that oppo hole. Drive in a couple runs. Get the Griffins on the board.
Maldonado's 3 for 15 on the weekend. But a big chance here to give the Griffins an early lead. Breaking ball again low.
Would not be surprised to see, Seamus Lyons go up a little bit and elevate, as David likes to chase in that part of the zone.
Yeah, he was able to rear back and throw the fastball by him on the first pitch. In this at bat, it was no balls and 2 strikes. Now we're back to 2-2. Lyons ready, a long look. Here he comes. Breaking ball, and again, Maldonado able to lay off. Count goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Dangerous hitter on a fastball. Got a left-hander on deck, open base. That might be part of the mentality there. Breaking ball, breaking ball, breaking ball. But David showing some discipline, as you just shared.
And if you go back to the top of the first, Lyons made Reese Hernandez look pretty bad, striking him out the first time up. See if Hernandez can adjust if he gets an opportunity. That one fouled back to the screen.
So you see him come with the high fastball right there. Change of pace, try to get the guy's hands up and elevated after seeing 3 breaking balls right in a row. I presume that Lyons is going to come back with another curveball, but chances are you'll see him come back with another fastball right here, try and get him swing on a farther pitch outside.
Good observation, Em. We'll see what Seamus has for him.
Here's the payoff pitch to Maldonado. High and away. Maldonado down 0-2, comes all the way back to work the walk. The bases are juiced now with 2 down, and here comes Reese Hernandez, who struck out back in the first.
Good chance to make up for the last at-bat. Again, contact is what you're after. Put the ball in play.
Hernandez with a couple of hits and 12 at-bats so far on the weekend. And again, a big opportunity with the bases loaded and 2 down for the Griffins. Hernandez went around, tried to hold up.
Tough, arm side, 2-seam fastball in on the hands.
Well, it was the breaking ball that seemed to particularly bedevil Reese Hernandez the first time up. Let's see how Lyons elects to work with an 0-1 count. Called strike 2.
See what you saw there was that first pitch fastball that he just got over there, bought him that next pitch, and now he's in a hole 0-2. The pitcher has total command of this at bat at this point.
Hernandez now in a deep hole. Here's the pitch from Lyons. High fly, shallow center, playable for Teasley, and he's got it. The Griffins threaten in the second, but they leave 3. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 3 left on base. We head to the bottom of the second in the 3C2A Baseball Championships. Santa Rosa and Grossmont scoreless. Bottom of the second inning in a scoreless game here, Game 7 of the 3C2A Baseball Championship here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. One game to determine your 2017 champion. Gargis up on the rubber, dealing to Ben Sanderson. That one just outside, a ball and no strikes.
Sanderson left last game a little bit gimpy, but he's back swinging the bat. Hottest one there is.
Sanderson 1 for 4. Another shot through the box, deflected by Gargis, and Diffley will have the easy play as it turns out. Give an assist to Gargis on that one.
Long, tall, lanky guy gets his glove up, trying to be the 9th defender. Gives an opportunity for a shortstop to retire a very hot Ben Sanderson.
Like the 5th Beatle. The fifth infielder.
Let's see, George, Paul, Ringo, John, Jeff.
Nah,
Yoko.
don't have that kind of talent. Well, there. Kimura, the batter now. First pitch swinging. Soft liner. Berkey right there.
If you're a Beatles fan and you have Sirius radio, they've committed Channel 18 to the Beatles.
Really?
Yes.
And they'll probably never run out of material.
No.
Oh, they have so many hits.
No. Yeah. Yeah. I'm a fan of early Beatles, but that might be because I was born way before the Beatles.
Jeff Bart, the batter now for Santa Rosa. That one off the center of the back, and Bart heads to first, so a 2-out base runner for the second consecutive inning. See if the Bear Cubs can do something with it, as Matt Yokota will be the batter.
It hit you in the back, JoJo.
Sometimes that fastball just gets away from you and you don't even know what happened. However, as a pitcher, you never have any regrets about it.
Maybe that's a little part of the reason pitchers and hitters not the best of friends.
Hey, even your own teammates, they look at you and go, no, I don't like you.
Matt Yokota, the batter, snap throw down to first. Bart just back in.
Again, impressive Trevor Beard. This guy keeps everybody in the ballpark active.
And a little bit of scouting there, no doubt, for Beard behind the plate, as Bart has 21 steals on the season, leading the Bear Cubs. A bluff towards second, another snap throw down. 2 balls and no strikes now on Yokota. So obviously there's a appropriate fixation here on Bart at first, but meanwhile they've fallen behind Yokota now, 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, part of the strategy there possibly was to get a pitch out and have the pitcher intentionally throw the ball up in the zone, make sure you can catch the runner if he does go.
Is that something that happens sort of a pseudo pitch out, where it's like you're not fully pitching out, but you're intentionally up in the zone to get a better ball to handle?
Well, that could be possible, but again, extension side has been the watch out for that fence. Oh my gosh.
Boy, that was a long run out there for Van Til, and a lot of contact with the fence, but Van Til walking without any real difficulty at this point, so you suspect that he's okay.
Cabot going hard on that ball on the fence, yelling, "Here comes the judge."
Yeah, didn't quite have that on the shot. Well, I should say, I suppose fortunately, but there was definitely some contact there for Van Til on the fence, but appears to be okay. Meanwhile, the count on Yokota is 2 balls and a strike.
Message from the training room, the fence also looks to be okay.
However, they did have to tape it up a little bit.
Well, we did see the outfield grass with a couple of catches in the first game, and now the fence laying a hit on Van Til, 3 balls and a strike.
Great facility here at Fresno City. They're all in.
So Yokota out in front. Teasley waits on deck. Bart leads away from first. Not going anywhere. Called strike 2 on Yokota. Yokota came on as a defensive replacement.
Trevor Beard letting his infielders know runner will be moving. That throw's got to go across. Play catch with your first baseman, Noah Stroll.
I started to say Yokota as a defensive replacement in game 1. Called strike 3, Yokota. Down on strikes, the Bear Cubs done here in the bottom of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on base. We're through 2, no score. It's Grossmont and Santa Rosa for the 3C2A Baseball Championship on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Fans, a reminder that today's game is brought to you by the 3C2A. The California Community College Athletic Association sponsors 24 championships for more than 27,000 student athletes attending 108 colleges throughout the state. The 3C2A, providing opportunities and fulfilling dreams.
Such a wonderful event here we got in Fresno City College. A lot of scouts out here looking at potential prospects to get drafted. Seen scouts from multiple major league organizations and colleges, including Texas Rangers, Chicago White Sox, and the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. I had a couple of conversations yesterday, especially with a Texas Rangers scout. He was here the first 2 days. He brought his dog and wife.
Wow. That's commitment.
A lot of potential prospects out here today, especially the first pitcher that Santa Rosa threw out there. He was touching 94, 93 consistently on the gun.
No balls and 1 strike to count on Berkey. It's a trip through the heart of the order. Berkey, Bostedt, and Beard. Killer bees here, I guess. I'm going back to the Dolphins there in the early 80s. So
Strong showing by all the athletes here, as Emery has shared, and I'm assuming that just about every sophomore that's playing here over the weekend is going to have a job next year that could include minor league baseball or 12, 15 units in a 4-year scholarship.
here's the 0-2 to Berkey in the dirt. Berkey walked in the first.
On the storyline of junior college athletes moving to the next level, you know, you have to respect a lot of these guys because they basically gave up 2 years or 1 year of their life to play at a quote-unquote lower level of baseball, you know, for the prospect of potentially never playing ball ever again. And a lot of these guys, it might be it. However, you know, when you get to this level, especially the championship, this is what it's all about, is actually getting most of these players to the next level. Coaches are so adamant about making sure their guys are taken care of in that way.
Here's the 2-2. Got him on the inner half. Berkey down on strikes. First out here in the top of the third. That'll bring up Bostedt, who singled his first time up.
Good observation, Emery. I think the community college is all about what I call WIN, what's important next. Some of the theme of 3C2A, providing opportunities, which is exactly this situation does. And a lot of kids can further their education, which is the most significant piece of their continued participation, and to continue to play the game that they love and chase a dream that we've all had at one time, to keep playing for a living.
Oh, I can 100% agree with you. And the closest part about this whole event to me is the fact that, you know, I am one of these guys. You know, and I don't mean to talk about myself on stream here, but I was thankful for junior college to provide that kind of institution for me to continue to play baseball after high school. And it gave me a chance to mature in a way that I think I otherwise wouldn't have had I gone anywhere else.
Absolutely. It's a good opportunity to see the quality leadership that all our athletic programs have in all 24 sports that we sponsor in the 3C2A. And myself, I'm a community college graduate, proud of that, and had a lot to do with me going into community college leadership after my coaching career ended.
Fastball on the outside corner. It's now 2-2 on Bostedt. Bostedt on the weekend, 3 for 8.
High fastball right there, possibly buying him a breaking ball next pitch. We'll see if he goes with it.
Lions into the wind. Here's the pitch. And indeed it is the breaking ball back to the screen. Pretty good cut for Bostedt.
Bostedt, good two-strike approach, as Emery said. Got a breaking ball, needs to stay with it, let it get deep. Work the other side of the diamond, which it looks like he does, is almost a 370 hitter.
Bostedt, the left-hander, ready. Lyons has the one he likes. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball again into center field, a base hit for Bostad. So Bostad swinging a hot bat. He's 2 for 2 here in Game 7. Griffins have a runner aboard with 1 down, and Trevor Beard coming to the plate.
Yeah, you see, he failed to execute that curveball in 2 different ways. One, he left it over the middle of the plate. Second one, he left it up. That pitch, had he thrown it about 5 inches lower, would have been either a swing and a miss or a rollover ground ball. That would have been an out.
Beard digging in from the right side. Grounded out to second to end the first inning. Big cut. Fouled back to the screen.
Love watching Trevor Beard play. This young man is full tilt, all in, 24/7, behind the dish, standing next to the dish, or fielding bunts out in front of the dish. So good, solid player for the Grossmont Griffins.
You got to love your catchers. I mean, they are the workhorses of teams, and the way that they play is oftentimes the way that the rest of the team is going to play.
Yeah, I was going to say, so often it's really like the heart of a team in terms of sort of clubhouse leadership is often found in that position.
Oh, absolutely. My freshman year at Moore Park 3 years ago, we had a really good catcher. His name is Parker Hindle. He went to play at the next level. You know, everyone loved and respected the guy, and he really led the team in so many different areas.
Beard went after the breaking ball. No balls and 2 strikes the count.
Bostad, the runner at first base, from the training room, says he's got a little bit of a hamstring pull. Might not be the base runner that he usually is, but will anticipate a dirt ball that could come to the type of hitter that Trevor Beard is.
Bostad with a short lead at first. Held on by Coons. 0-2 on Beard. A little bit low. A ball and 2 strikes as Lyons continues to try to go to the breaking ball.
There's your breaking ball, Emery, down and off the plate. Good discipline by Trevor, who's got a decent stroke going the other way.
It's tough to buy that second breaking ball in the dirt, especially after you generate a swing on the first one because the guy already had a look on it.
1-2. And a throw to first.
But that gives you many options for the next pitch that you throw, especially if a guy has a changeup or a slider. He can work it off of those different axes and get hitters to look at a lot of different ways.
And we got a ball call on Seamus Lyons.
He either didn't stop or he broke the plane and gave a deceptive move, which is the
Let's take a look at the
conversation.
replay here. See it on the screen.
See, he hesitated there for a second. He moved his foot one more time, and he didn't come to a complete stop. That's where the umpire goes, yeah, you didn't stop.
There you go.
Trevor Beard 3 for 13 on the weekend.
I think the term is discernible stop.
And now
But
look back
good
at
call,
second.
Emery. Good call.
Beard had a double with 2 outs in the 7th, and the Griffins trailing by 1 run. Really their last best opportunity against Josh Lenny, but they ended up stranding him on a ground out by Bostad. And again, that was a 5-4 victory for Santa Rosa in, not surprisingly, a nip-and-tuck affair. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Beard.
Beard battling. Battling. Started at 0-2.
Much tougher count here for Lyons. He has to be very efficient with where he throws his next pitch. If he comes with a fastball, better either run it inside.
Good call. There they are setting up in.
Lyons from the stretch, high and tight with the fastball. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Well, it's not surprising to see a couple of hitters come back from an 0-2 count. We talked to Coach Abisher earlier from Grossmont. He described this team as grinders, long at bats. They look to wear you down over a long day.
Especially if you can get to Santa Rosa's bullpen. They know they're tired. They know they've pitched a lot of pitches throughout the last 3 days. And that's the way that you're going to beat this team.
3-2, Beard down on strikes.
You see him come back inside with that fastball again.
He did.
His hands were not sped up to it after seeing all those curveballs early on in the
Good
count.
repeat. And a crafty left-hander like that, Emery, as you well know, every now and then away, and then he'll try and get inside on somebody, which he did on Trevor, that at-bat.
4th strikeout of the game for Seamus Lyons, and now he'll go to work on Noah Stroll. Stroll, first pitch swinging, deep drive to left, and it's gone!
Oh, my goodness.
With a bat flip.
Wow.
Well, we've been talking about Noah Stroll, a dangerous hitter. guy who can change things around with one swing. He's had a quiet weekend, but maybe strikes the loudest blow of all. A no-doubter. 2-run bomb, and the Griffins have the early 2-0 lead.
Noah Stroll looking to make some noise as he strolls back into the dugout under the celebration of the Griffins. I think when he hit it, he knew it, and so did everybody else. That ball was deep and far and out there on Clark Avenue in Fresno.
See, that was the dangerous thing that Lions did right there, was leave a high fastball over the middle of the plate to a guy with a long swing. Because what that does is it elevates the ball, and us tall guys, we really like to see that fastball up in the zone because that means we can get our bat on a level plane with it and elevate it without having to swing up. And, man, that was a very, very fateful decision that Lions made.
Starts out Diffley with a fastball for a strike. Now misses high and away. 1 ball and 1 strike on Diffley, who struck out his first time up.
If you do miss location, there's a chance you're going to get beat, and Seamus got beat on that one.
Diffley, foul ball. So a ball and 2 strikes on Michael Diffley, the Griffin shortstop. 2 down, bases empty, but Noah Stroll has given the Griffins a 2-0 lead here in Game 7. It's the 2017 3C2A Baseball Championship here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. 1 game to decide it all.
Just listen to these dugouts, listen to these crowd. The anticipation that people are holding in right now is crazy.
Chopped foul off the plate.
Well, and think about it this way for the athletes. This is what you dream of.
Absolutely.
You know, this is one step shy of either the College World Series or the actual World Series in and of its own. And, I mean, this is the situation that you play over in your head a million times as a young child. At least I did. You know, you believe that you're the pitcher on the game, you know, in the 7th game of the World Series.
1 and 2.
You're Don Drysdale pitching to Mickey Mantle.
Oh, my goodness.
The mitt could swing it, and if you swung it, then Drysdale might put one in your ear hole, but
yeah, they never talk about what your next at bat was after you went deep on Drysdale.
That's why we use the wiffle ball, right,
yeah,
Emery?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You had to simulate being brushed back. Here's the 2-2. Ground ball to short. Backhanded by Kimura. Long throw, and he got him.
Matt Kimura.
But the Griffins, a huge blow from Noah Stroll. 2 runs on 2 hits, and they lead it 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the 3rd in Game 7 of the 3C2A Baseball Championship here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. It'll be Daniel Teasley, and then the top of the order, Blake Berry and Josh Lenny. Here for the Bear Cubs. In the bottom of the 3rd, they trail it 2-0. Dylan Gargas back on the bump. He's ready. First pitch. And that one chopped foul.
Again, Bear Cubs chasing that first pitch, staying aggressive, staying in their plan. I'm not so sure that they aren't going to push back like everybody else has here all weekend.
Gargas hasn't allowed a hit in the first couple innings. He does have a walk and a hit by pitch. And now it's a ball and a strike on Teasley, but both base runners have come after 2 were out. So Gargas off to a quick start, and now the Griffin offense has given him a little something to work with, a 2-0 lead. 2 balls and a strike. The count on Teasley.
As Emery can share, a long, tall pitcher needs to get over that front side and extend to get the ball down.
Fastball over for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Teasley, who had 2 hits in our first game today. Teasley, I believe, had another 2-hit game, and he's having a very solid weekend at the plate and in the field. 2-2 is the count. Here's the pitch. Just high, and Teasley lays off. Another full count.
What you're watching here right now is he's not getting complete extension, not getting over his front knee properly. He has his chin slightly off center, and he's pulling off. Right there, you see him do it again. He's pulling off right now and not getting on top of the baseball. That's why you see it missing high and away or low and inside wherever he misses.
Teasley with the walk, so the leadoff man aboard for the Bear Cubs, and I don't know why we'd even be slightly surprised if the Bear Cubs mount an immediate rally, such has been the ethos certainly of today, if not the whole weekend.
Well, if you notice last night, I mean, they show a ton of heart no matter what game they play. It was the biggest indicator to me yesterday when they went into extra innings against El Camino that they meant business when they're coming into this series. And I don't want to say I called a Game 7, but in some ways I said I would definitely not count out Santa Rosa coming into Game 6.
You know, Emery, from a standpoint of being on the mound, talk about some of the advantages and the challenges when your team, maybe in a scoreless game or a big play in the top half of an inning, gives you a lead and you go back out to the mound.
Oh, it definitely gives you a bump of energy, a little bit of an adrenaline rush to run out there. For me, I was always a call guy out of the bullpen for long relief duty, and I just moved to a starting rotation. But when you're coming out of the bullpen, especially after your starter's gone long or whatever, and your team has started to play really well, for instance, you score 2 runs,
the runner.
tie the game up.
Sorry about that, Emery. And a throw down, and they got him. Teasley caught stealing. The base runner erased. 1 down, and I'm sorry, Emery, let's get back to it.
No, don't worry about it.
That might be the pitcher's second best friend, a catcher like Trevor Beard, who throws a sub-2-0 strike to second base to erase the base runner that was walked.
Like I said before, catchers are your best friends.
2 balls and a strike. That one in there for a strike. 2-2.
You got to love your catcher. Got to love your catcher. But going back to what you're saying is, as you run out to the mound, you know, it's a very exhilarating feeling to have your teammates sprint out there on the field because they're pumped up as well. And it's
Beard holds the foul tip, so Barry down on strikes. 2 down, bases empty, and Josh Lenny coming to the plate.
It's definitely what keeps you going, especially in those longer outings.
When you talk about a burst of energy, Trevor Beard throws a guy out. Dylan Gargas comes back and is a different pitcher in that second at-bat. There's his burst. 2 outs, nobody on. And the Griffins, the emotion just keeps going back, keeps crossing the line. I'll go to this dugout. No, I'll go to this dugout. I'll go to this stands. It's just been the theme of the weekend.
Lenny stands in, the fastball high and tight. Game 5 and Game 6, Lenny is 6 for 10 combined in those 2 games. The 2 victories by the Bear Cubs that get him here to Game 7. He's 0 for 1 today, popped to second back in the first inning.
Talk about a guy who's given his team energy. He did it last game. Every single pitch he had on the mound was full of a lot of tension, but not just tension, but it was full of a lot of energy and excitement for his team to be getting ahead and then finally recording that final out of the 6th game. He was pumped up.
Bear Cubs blessed to have an athlete and a competitor like Josh Lenny.
Here's the 1-1 from Gargas just outside. 2 balls and a strike. Gargas into the wind. Here's the pitch. Big swing and a miss from Lenny. Went after the fastball. And
that's the downward plane, I think, that Dylan has been looking for. Has good downward plane, good extension. Get that ball away from Mr. Lenny. At least make him hit it back there where those 4 double zots are in dead central.
Here's the 2-2 from Gargas. Lenny ropes this one into left, a base hit. Moving over, Maldonado will cut it off. Meanwhile, Lenny going to try and stretch it into a double. The play at second, and Lenny is safe. So Lenny with another extra base hit.
What an athlete.
Tremendous athlete. And the thing that made that a double, I mean, the center fielder made a nice play on that ball, got around it well, loaded it, and delivered to second base. But the thing what Josh did, he was thinking double before he left the dirt.
Oh, yeah.
And those are the kind of things that you need. Those are the kind of things that you want. Those are the kind of things that you coach to get in this situation. He was thinking, too, I think it was Tommy Lasorda that said a one-legged man could get to first, but it takes an aggressive base runner to get to second.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Trevor Mallett, who walked in the first, now with an RBI opportunity. A runner at second and 2 down. Breaking ball in there for a strike.
Quick shout-out to Tommy Lasorda. We hope you're recovering well. Those of us that are committed Dodger fans, get well. Number 2, and get back and help those Dodgers get to the World Series.
Well, he did that a few times.
He did that. You talk about energy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm reading a book right now about those Dodger teams from the late 70s. Fascinating. No balls and a strike. Another line drive, another base hit for Mallett. Lenny rounding third. They're going to hold him up. So even with 2 out, the single from Mallett out to left field, not enough to give Lenny a chance to score. So it's runners at the corners, 2 down. And Ryder Coons coming to the plate with runners on base again.
It's what you've said all weekend, Jeff. This is not a surprise. Here we are again, a 2-run inning. Boom, 2-out activity, first and third, and a gentleman that is anxious to produce here in Ryder Coons.
An opportunity here for Coons in the cleanup spot. Runners at the corners with 2 down. He hit a rocket his first time up. A line drive right to Berkey at third. Ground ball through for a base hit. Bear Cubs on the board on a Coons RBI single.
Really happy to see Ryder stay tall, use the other side of the diamond. Maybe been pushing a little bit. He goes line drive to third, gets some confidence, and then whacks one into right to drive in a 2-out run to get the Bear Cubs, guess what, back in the ball game.
Interestingly for Gargas, as you take a look at some of his recent outings, he was cruising along here. He had gone on a run of 7 2/3 consecutive without allowing a run. But 3 base hits in a row here, and the Bear Cubs are on the board and starting to get through, and that brings a visit from the dugout.
Speaking of the Lasorda years and
Yes, sir.
speedy runners on the base paths, who is a 7-time All-Star, 6-time National League stolen base leader, and a 3 times World Series champion with the Los Angeles Dodgers?
I'm going to go Maury Wills or Jackie Robinson.
It was Maury Willis.
Not Maury Willis.
Maury Wills.
Yeah, Maury Wills.
That's Bruce Willis.
108 steals, I think, and then Brock broke the record.
Yeah, Brock broke the record.
Before Henderson did.
I ran into Maury in a camp one time. I did some Dodger stuff early in my career, and he used to talk about the number of bandages that he had on his legs on a daily basis. He lived in the training room and just committed. Tough guy, Maury Wills. Number 30 for the Dodgers.
Mallett at second, Coons at first, 2 out, and Ben Sanderson, the batter. He's got 10 hits on the weekend, leading everybody in batting here in championship weekend in the 3C2A.
586 stolen bases.
That's probably
From a
it's probably a
bygone,
life sentence with that many thefts.
from a bygone era of small ball, huh?
Oh,
now
my
now
goodness.
we have the long ball controlling so much. Not as much as before. Not as much as about 10 years ago.
We'll stay on that theme. Emery, you seem to be a depth of the Dodgers. Maury Wills hitting the 1 hole. Who hitting the 2 hole behind him for many years?
1
Let's
and 1.
see.
The count on Sanderson. He grounded to
Nickname was
short.
Junior.
Junior. Do I get a question?
I just did. I asked you.
Can he phone a friend?
Can
Absolutely.
I phone a friend?
You're going to have to phone a friend that was born around the same time I was. I'll give you a hint on that year. Columbus was a senior when I was a freshman.
1 and 2. The count.
His name was Jim Junior Gilliam. Played
Jim-
second base, wore number 19.
Jim Gilliam.
Now, if you want to keep going, we go to that lineup. Who hit in the 3 hole? He wore number 3, and they called him the 3 dog.
1 and 2. Sanderson check swing into the Bear Cub dugout. I'm just going to sit here quietly and do the play-by-play.
Well, Emery got us
As,
going, and again, shout out to the Dodgers.
As Bones is throwing down the 60s trivia.
Well, there's something to say for retro trivia.
No, listen, you were talking about it. I only go as far back as the 80s. A little bit of the 70s. So
Emery has a stunned look on his face since he was born in 2000, I think.
1 and 2 on
No.
Sanderson.
I'm a 90s
Line
kid.
drive into center, but right to Maldonado, who's got it to retire the side. Sanderson hits it on the screws again, but comes up empty. But the Bear Cubs put 1 on the board on 3 hits, no errors, 2 left on base. We're through 3, 2-1. Grossmont on top of Santa Rosa with the 3C2A baseball championship in the balance. Top of the 4th inning, Eric De La Rosa will lead things off for the Griffins, followed by Cabot Van Til. And the top of the order, David Maldonado against Seamus Lyons. Lyons has been very good so far, save one mistake, a ball up in the zone to Noah Stroll, and not a mistake you can afford to make as Stroll took it downtown to give the Griffins a 2-0 lead. They now lead at 2-1. A base hit for De La Rosa on the first pitch.
Good flyby by athletic director from Santa Rosa, good friend, longtime baseball man, great person, Matt Markovich.
You are among so many of your friends here. This is a
well,
nice,
we've talked
nice
about
spot for you, whereas I feel popular just sitting next to you.
No, it's just it was old guys know a lot of people.
I'm starting to know that.
Just like we have the pensive look on the face of young Emery when he can't figure out the 3-hole hitter that hit behind Maury Wills. Don't call me Willis.
Go ahead and give this guy a 2014 trivia question. I already can't remember that. 1 ball and no strikes.
Don't ask me a texting question, then I'm in a world of hurt.
A texting question.
De La Rosa with a lead from first. That one in the dirt. De La Rosa going to break for second. The throw down, they'll never get him. It's into center field. De La Rosa is going to go for third. The play at third, not in time. De La Rosa is safe.
De La Rosa, that dude likes to run like a thoroughbred on a workout.
Listen, we're talking a lot about the Dodgers from generations past, and I got to tell you, not that I have firsthand knowledge of watching this, but that had a little Jackie Robinson feel to it right there. Very aggressive on the base pass. That ball didn't get very far away from Mallett.
No,
and De La Rosa was already breaking for second and then aggressively went to third when Teasley had a real shot at him.
He has a very light trailer trailing behind him, and he unhitched that thing and got into 4th gear, I think.
He's trailerless. That guy's he's a turbo Volvo.
See if that lifts the Griffins. This is a ball that could be trouble. It'll drop in for a base hit. De La Rosa trots home with the 3rd run of the game for the Griffins. They now lead at 3-1. Van Til, his 2nd hit of the day, and you can't place it any more perfectly.
Hey, you see Grossmont immediately answering back to what Santa Rosa thought was going to be their foothold back into this game. Very aggressive at the plate, and they're showing why they deserve to be here.
Well, I think what's so key about that play for De La Rosa, too, is not only does it go a long way toward plating a run, which could be hugely important, but that's an emotion play as well, guys.
De La Rosa has some energy, and he, like I said, he's got he's Puig-esque on the bases.
That'll fire up an entire dugout.
He'll start running, and he won't stop until they corral him with the squad cars.
Van Til at first, a ball and no strikes on Maldonado. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Fastball pops the glove, and it's in there for a strike. Lyons, meanwhile, has to set that aside, and what must he be thinking? Puts 1 runner on first with a base hit, and then A wild pitch allows him to advance 2 bases, and then a gork falls in left field for another base hit. Van Til breaks for second. The throw down, he steals it easily.
Maybe the Griffins have seen something in the delivery of Seamus Lyons that's given him a key to get a good jump. But again, back to Mr. De La Rosa, a great job of reading a dirt ball. And ironically, he read the throw as well. Like you said, it didn't get too far off, and he was up, anticipating the next base.
Van Til at second, still nobody out. 2 balls and a strike on Maldonado. Lions a look at second. That one lined over the Grossmont dugout.
Maldonado trying to get his teammate to third base, definitely shoving his hands inside, trying to work the right side of the diamond, willing to give himself up to get another runner for the Griffins in scoring position.
2 balls, 2 strikes, the count on Maldonado. Reese Hernandez waits on deck. The 2-2 from Lions. Inside.
As Emery can allude to here, he's trying to get the ball in to not allow him to execute. David has to force his hands inside, and we're going to see who's going to give in here.
Especially against a hitter who hasn't been completely on this tournament. It's important to keep them off balance by working that inside corner.
3-2, and that one fouled off the foot for Maldonado.
Still let that ball travel. He's doing what he can to get that ball over there. I wouldn't be surprised if he got it done. And Lyons having to pitch to a side of the plate he's not the most comfortable with. He likes that other side, but the other side gives into the execution.
Full count on Maldonado as he digs back in.
Important pitch right here.
Lions from the belt. Here it comes.
There it is.
Through on the right side, another base hit. Van Til rounding third. They're going to send him. The throw in. He's safe.
Great piece of hitting. Committing to a team play, committing to the execution. He got the ball out over the plate after fighting off 2 pitches inside, rolls it into that 3-5 hole, and not only moves him to third base, gets him back into the dugout with his teammates.
Maldonado at first after the RBI single. It's now 4-1. The Griffin dugout is pumped up.
I got a piece of trivia here for you.
Are you trying to stump me now? Is that out of anger or out of information?
Out of love.
No, we all learned here. We're very happy to learn this stuff.
This will help if you.
Well, sometimes there's a value in an old guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No.
Not often, but sometimes.
Yeah, it's
All
the
right.
very words I've been trying to tell people.
My favorite World Series, 2003. Who was it?
Oh, I got it. That one I know. And
No,
of
no,
course,
this isn't the trivia question. This is just
oh
setting up
darn,
the
because
trivia
I had gotten one. We have a pitching change, by the way, so we'll keep it here and we'll give you some information about the new pitcher. But please continue because I know who this is.
So
Very, very unfortunate for me.
So who played in the 2003 World Series? Let's start with that.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Marlins and Yankees.
Okay, Marlins, Yankees. Now, who was the World Series MVP of the 2003 World Series?
Gonzalez.
No,
It was co-MVPs.
My guess would have been wrong.
Randy Johnson. No.
No. It's probably Josh Beckett, but it could be. I might have guessed Miguel Cabrera, but I think
Jeff, you know me so well.
I think it's Josh.
My favorite pitcher, it's Josh Beckett. Obvious. I mean, you look at Game 3. He goes.
You know where 2003 is?
What?
It's the Steve Bartman. That's the Steve Bartman year.
Well, spoken like a quality lookalike.
I'm not wearing a turtleneck.
I think
when it's over 90 degrees, Bones, how many times do I have to tell you?
Well, you're from Chicago. You're kind of displaced anyway, and
I will not wear a turtleneck in 90-degree weather.
I'm not so sure if you play for Joe Madden right now, you might have to.
I got the big headphones on. Bless Steve Bartman's heart. Good guy. Terribly unfortunate thing to happen, but glad to say that Steve Bartman is off the hook with the Cubs winning the World Series last year.
He and the GOAT.
It's absolutely true. Reese Hernandez 0 for 2. On the day will stand in against the new pitcher for Santa Rosa. And do you have the information on that for us, Bones?
Who do we got on the mound now?
Number 15. No, 13. 15.
15.
Jeremy Pearson. Again, 12 appearances, all in relief except one. Only 17 innings. One thing that stands out is opponents are hitting 366 against this young man.
He makes his first appearance of the weekend here. Bunted in front of home plate. And Pearson going to go to first, and Kuntz does a nice job of digging that one out. So a successful sacrifice for Reese Hernandez.
Pitchers fielding practice. That is the play that you can do over and over and over again, and some guys have it and some guys don't, let me tell you.
Well, I like Coach Abishire there, following a great execution at bat by the center fielder, come back with an execution bunt, knowing that runs are a premium against this tough Santa Rosa club.
So Maldonado at second. That'll bring up Berkey. A good strike at the knees for Jeremy Pearson. So Pearson ready, working from the stretch with Maldonado at second. Tries the outside corner and missed.
Starts with a breaking ball, moves to the fastball. He's got ones across the board right here. What he's trying to do is essentially keep that runner at second stationary. So you're going to look at the pitcher trying to get a ground ball right here and keep the ball out of there.
Berkey lifts this one to right.
I think we'll get a tag here.
Bart in front of the track. Maldonado gonna tag. Good strong throw from Bart, but Maldonado able to make it safely. So an insurance run 90 feet away now with 2 down, and that'll bring up Robert Bostedt, who's perfect on the afternoon. He's 2 for 2.
Right guy here at the plate right now. Right versus left. Contact hitter. Should make the defense react as Grossmont inches its way toward the state championship.
I see this is the matchup that I actually really enjoy as a right-handed pitcher. When you have the opportunity to throw sinkers on the outside corner to a lefty, they absolutely despise you.
If you can command it, Emery, you're right. If you can command it.
I hear the delight of a pitcher in that voice. 1 ball and no strikes on Bostedt.
And this is where your work habit starts when you see different types of pitchers. If I ever see a guy like Emery, I would definitely have a plan that I have to do to approach him to try and beat him. But sounds like he didn't get beat too often.
Popped up left side, long run. Yakota coming in, and he's got it to retire the side. But another big inning for Grossmont. 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, 1 left on base. The Griffins now lead it 4-1. You're watching Game 7 of the 2017 3C2A Baseball Championship on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
I don't get mad, I get even.
All right, guys, we're back to Fresno City College, heading to the bottom of the 4th in a 4-1 game. It's California Community College baseball and baseball trivia spanning from the 60s to the 2000s. Not necessarily in that order, but no, we've got the game here moving at 4-1 as we head into the bottom of the 4th, and now Dylan Gargas will go to work.
We got a complication here with Trevor Beard. A gentleman they can absolutely not do without.
Well, they made the point in our discussion with the coaches before the game, caught all but 11 innings this season for Grossmont. So talk about a physical, a mental, a spiritual leader on this team. And,
he's a gladiator.
Mike made a terrific point in between games when we were talking about McChrystal and the unfortunate getting hit with the ball back to the box. And, obviously you give full credit to Santa Rosa there for winning that game, but you'll always be left to wonder if McChrystal was forced into a shorter outing or maybe somewhat hampered by it. And it just goes to show, as we always talk about in any sport that we cover at any level, winning championships is about being great, and it's also about getting a little lucky or avoiding bad luck. And fate plays a strong role too in players being available, not being at their best, being at their best. And that's always a factor, too, and I'm sure one that must be incredibly frustrating as a participant.
Well, there's no question, and unfortunately for the right-hander from Grossmont, we hope he's doing well. But again, you have Dylan Gargas, and sometimes you get it, turn crisis into opportunity.
Yep.
And you have someone like this young man, Dylan Gargas, stepping up on the hill, working into his 4th inning. Probably hadn't been there in a while. Probably been a 6-9-out pitcher, has demonstrated by his limited time in the mound of only 8 innings.
Yeah,
wow.
This is a guy who's only pitched about 5 innings in the last 2 or 3 months.
So he's probably had some side work, some work in the pen. He's got to hustle while he waits, and now his time is here. And you got 35 men clad in green depending on Dylan Gargas right now.
And I think on the plus side for Grossmont, he's well rested.
We still have an issue with Trevor.
So
Took a ball off his finger. He needs to get that old Charlie Strasser no hurt no more.
I'm gonna tape them together. One thing's for sure, if we're talking about the finger, and of course, more practically speaking, in terms of strategic, you wonder if something like that can be affecting the throwing arm, obviously, for Beard, and that's the more practical concern, obviously, beyond just hoping that he's okay. But you have to feel that it's going to take more than something on his hand there to get Beard out of this game.
Well, and as mean as it sounds, it really is a tactic that you look at as a team when you're on the offensive side of the ball. If the catcher's having problems throwing the ball or getting it out in some way, shape, or form, you're going to want to push the button as much as you can because he's going to have to use it more and more and more.
Absolutely, and there's obviously no hiding this. They'll have to look at it right there, and so certainly the Bear Cubs will be well aware, and it will be interesting to see as we move forward if they will elect to try and challenge that when they get runners on base.
Well, as you brought up the point, the answer to the trivia question, Emory's favorite player, Josh Beckett. Grinder, tough guy, but a teammate of the blood-stained Curtis Schilling.
Yeah.
If you guys, can we just suspend the 2003 conversation until Mike gets here?
Okay.
It's so painful. So painful for me to relive that. No balls and a strike on Kimura, leading things off here in the bottom of the 4th. That one just inside. 1 ball, 1 strike on Kimura. He lined to third his first time up.
I think Trevor wanted that pitch. He held that a little longer. Try and maybe change the mind of that umpire, but he stayed with the ball call.
Gargas into the wind. Lifted to left. De La Rosa on the run, but it's Maldonado moving over in left center who makes the catch. So Maldonado flashes good range.
Priority there. Center fielder has priority over the left fielder, but De La Rosa moving well behind Maldonado just in case their ball dropped. But good communication. Good get by center fielder and leader David Maldonado.
And that'll bring up Jeff Bart. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. Gargas ready. Here's the pitch on the inside corner, called strike 1.
You watch a guy like Gargas pitch. He's in his 4th inning, and you ask, where's he been? 8 innings. Maybe he was injured. Maybe he didn't get some time.
Yeah, he had very few innings through the middle of the season. Then just before the postseason, as Bart is hit by a pitch for the second time, and Beard is hurt again. Did he take another ball off the hand?
Same place, I think. That right hand is getting abused. Right now he's asking, why me?
Well, Trevor, you are a catcher. It's probably not too big a surprise to him. I think to play that position, I think you
They figure they played, close to 50 ball games.
You can't expect
Let's go 9 times 50, 450 innings. He's only missed 11.
And you got to expect that's
Caught over 400 innings this year.
Position where you're going to take a beating, and Trevor Beard having to play through it. There goes the runner. First pitch, the throw down from Beard. It's on 1 hop, not in time.
So there you go. It gives you essentially the explanation of what's going on with Beard. He's still tough back there. He still delivers a pretty dang good baseball to second base. However, the throw not in time.
And I'll tell you what, despite the injured hand, there was no hesitation on that throw.
Oh, absolutely not.
He went after it full bore. The throw got there pretty quickly. They almost got Bart, who is a very accomplished base stealer. That's his 22nd steal on the season. So pretty good throw from Beard, but not enough. So a runner at second, 1 down. Bart, meanwhile, off to a good lead at second. That one down the middle for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Yokota, who struck out his first time up. Bear Cubs taken to 7 games last year out of the winner's bracket, and they won it in Game 7 to bring home a championship trying to do the opposite here, come from behind and win 2 on Memorial Day to bring home another championship.
Another good downward playing fastball by Dylan. Very, very close pitch, but good to see that this young man is competing down in the zone.
2 balls and a strike on Yokota. Bart at second with 1 down. Gargis from the belt. Swing and a miss from Yokota.
Emery, what do you think? I think he's got a little more giddy up in that fastball than we saw early.
Yeah, this is one of those leverage situations where you have that runner on second base with 1 out, and all of a sudden you start feeling a little bit more relaxed on the mound, especially in these situations once the adrenaline gets to your head. And you can start to let it go once you relax. And he looks pretty relaxed up there, and he's able to get over his front foot right now, and he's getting long and to the plate.
That one chopped off the plate.
You can definitely tell he's a lot more on top of the ball right now than he has been.
Absolutely, absolutely. And as he lengthens, that ball looks a little bit closer to the plate for those hitters because he stands about 6'6", ranging about $190. Tall, lanky young man.
2 balls and 2 strikes the count on Yokota. Bart leads away from second. Fastball outside. Yokota still looking for his first hit on the weekend. 0 for 5. But did have a key sacrifice bunt late in Game 5 with the Bear Cubs tied with El Camino at the time, helping to set up the 3-run 10th. That one fouled away.
Right there you see a defensive swing. And
Taking that extension side of the plate down in the zone, tough to see. Hitters got to remember the lower the ball is, the longer you have to get information from it, as opposed to the ball that's up in the zone. But it's tough to trust when you got a guy dealing like Dylan right now.
Oh, remember, he's throwing on a very downward plane, and it's making all the difference, especially in that bat. You see that defensive swing right there. He's not able to get his eyes all the way to it, and he just throws his hands at it and hopes that he can put it in fair play.
Payoff pitch to Yokota. Fouled away again. It's a good at-bat for Yokota, and he's definitely making Gargis work.
Gargis comes back inside with that fastball. He has to fight it off and get sawed off. He's evidently late. Obviously, you see the ball go up and to the right, or at least from behind the plate's perspective, it was up and to the right.
And Gargis going to shake one off. Now he wants a moment.
It's an important pitch right here, especially if he's going to come back with off speed. He's going to have to collect himself, and if he can get over that pitch, he has an opportunity. This is the situation, especially if you're in one of these long counts when you're not 3-2. It'd be nice to throw a changeup on the outside corner.
Gargis checks second, now comes home. Bouncing ball, fielded by Gargis. He'll look the runner back. The throw in the dirt. A nice job by Stroll at first, handling the throw from Gargis, and Gargis looked none too comfortable throwing that ball over to first. Yeah, good call. Mike chimes in there. A little John Lester on the
makes a great play, freezes the runner, but just doesn't confidently throw that ball to the first baseman. And Emery talked earlier about PFPs, and you got to remember it's only about 60 feet over there and it replicates what he's been doing from the rubber. But something happens when you turn your shoulders left and throw to a base that's square.
Oh, I fall back on the fact that no amount of practice can really truly prepare you for the moment that you do get the ball in your hands in a game.
Hey, guys, I'm not sure what the original call is, but Yokota's down at first base. I thought they called him out, but they might have made it. Okay.
He was safe by about a step.
They did call him safe.
Okay. So that'll go down, no doubt, as an error then on Gargis. So thank you for the correction. First and second, still only 1 out. A bunt down the third base line. Berkey charges. Everybody's safe. A bunt hit for Teasley.
Now, one thing I was going to comment on, I don't know if you guys have touched on this yet, but this baseball field has grass baselines. Now, the advantage of having grass baselines is that your bunts will be true and they won't roll in any which direction. The grass is going to run flat. And so, if you have a flat grass that you're trying to bunt on, you're not going to have it roll foul. So if you're a good bunter, you can really place it down the line, and he does just that to get the base hit bunt and load the bases here with 1 out. in the bottom of the fourth.
And I wonder at some level, because I think Berkey was very deep there, so that might have been an improvisation as well from Teasley. Spotting the third baseman back, puts it down, and Berkey really had no chance.
All right, Jeff, during this mound visit, I'm going to push your buttons one more time. 2003 World Series, how many strikeouts did Beckett have in Game 6?
I don't know the number. I feel like it was double digits.
It was 9. Just under 10.
All right. Gargas going to stay on now with the bases loaded. Still only one out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Griffins with a 4-1 lead, but the Bear Cubs are threatening. They have Blake Berry at the plate. He's 0 for 2. Grounded to short and struck out.
Randy Abishar electing to stay with Dylan Gargas. He has been throwing the ball well. He just didn't throw it very well at first base.
Gargas ready. Pitch to Berry. Snap throw down to third. Well, Beard still testing the hand.
Beard is back.
A ball and no strikes as the pitch was called high to Berry.
He might be the Terminator, right?
Gargas in a jam after hitting a batter. And then the throwing error, followed by a bunt single from Teasley. A ball has not left the infield, and the Bear Cubs have the bases loaded with one down, 2 balls and no strikes. In fact, the only ball that left the infield is the one out of the inning.
Good job, Jeff.
Josh Lenny waits on deck. 20 runs batted in the postseason alone for Lenny. Berry takes that one high and outside. Gargas struggling with his control. He's got no place to put Berry. Bear Cubs trailing 4-1 in this one, but you sense that they're the ones that are feeling a real opportunity here to take command in this one.
Just the ebb and flow of the emotion in this contest, as well as the previous 6.
Walked on 4 pitches. Berry down to first. Bart will come in. It's 4-2, still only one out. And here's Josh Lenny. We're going to have a pitching change. We'll step aside, come back with information on the new pitcher. You're watching Game 7 of the 3C2A Baseball Championship on SoCalCollegeSports.com. New pitcher Jeremiah Barr, the left-hander, will come on with the bases loaded and one down to face Josh Lenny. Bones, what's the numbers on
Jeremiah Barr? Used to come out of the pen, 14 appearances, all in relief. Averages about an inning an outing. Kind of an interesting stat, about a strikeout per inning, but also a hit per inning. Looks like a big, strong left-handed thrower. Good lower body. Probably
is
going to
his
have
whip?
some late life with his left-handed fastball.
And there may not be a more dangerous hitter in the entire 3C2A to face with the bases loaded than Josh Lenny, who's been on a tear in the postseason, particularly in run production. Fastball outside, 1 ball and no strikes to Lenny.
I think if you're going to succeed against Lenny, it has to be over there and get him out of his comfort zone. As Emery said, he can get to a ball in on most fastballs, but stand that out of third with a little late sink that Emery likes to use in his own repertoire.
Especially, lefty-righty matchup. Keep the ball away. That's how you get to these kind of hitters. They're high-contact hitters. And so when you're throwing to a guy who's a high-contact guy, it depends on how what arm side you're throwing from. Depends on what kind of pitcher you are. High-contact hitters really don't like to hit that left-to-right stuff or right-to-left. And that's what's going to overall make the difference here. So you bust them inside from the left-hand side, you're going to give up a hit. But if you work them away, it's going to be better to attack them that way.
Lenny had a cut, a ball and a strike.
Got to swing it a little bit up. Josh Lenny trying to do his Josh Lenny impersonation on that one.
Well, the last time that Josh Lenny came to the plate with the bases loaded, it was last night in the 10th inning. And he crushed a 3-run double to left center. They gave the Bear Cubs the 8-5 win.
You might see what
The 1-1 pitch. Fastball. Lenny a little late, a ball and 2 strikes.
that's Emery's exact description. He didn't like that ball up, running away from him, but be interesting to see how he goes after him here. Might we see an off-speed pitch from Mr. Barr?
Well, Lenny was decidedly late on the fastball.
Situationally speaking, you don't want to break off to the off-speed. You want to work your way around the plate with that fastball. He seems pretty behind it here.
The 1-2 pitch. Got him.
There you go.
Lenny down
Off
on
the plate.
strikes. What a job by Barr.
Fastball away, baffles him with a very hard pitch. I mean, he's throwing upper 80s at least here. And you have to respect the fact that he's throwing gas right now. And that high and away fastball, there's no way his bat was going to catch up to it.
Well, I think they've pitched Lenny away as much as they can, and you're right, Emery. And that ball has a little elevation late, a la Kenley Jansen, that goes up.
Gosh, I love watching him.
Trevor Mallett, the batter, he's perfect today. A single and a walk in 2 trips. And Barr trying to get out of this jam. Bases loaded, 2 down, fastball high, 1 ball and no strikes. The count on Mallett. And Bones, you've been talking about moments all weekend here in our coverage, and probably none bigger than the moment right now.
Well, I think the biggest moment we face every single game is the next moment, and here we are in the next one.
This situation, you have to believe you're 1 pitch away no matter what as a pitcher.
The 1-0 to Mallett. A little low and inside.
First time going to that extension side. Didn't look as comfortable. What do you think, Emery? A little rough coming down the hill that particular time and the pitch previously.
Possibly a little bit distracted by the fact he just struck out the #1 hitter on Santa Rosa. It tends to happen sometimes. Sometimes you strike a guy out and then you're immediately in a hole, 2 balls, no strikes.
2-0 to Mallett. High and outside. 3 balls, no strikes on Trevor Mallett.
Tough situation for Jeremiah Barr. Bases loaded. Josh Kinney now, he comes back. Gets a little sloppy in his delivery. We're back to 3-0.
Coons on deck. A guy who's had his struggles this weekend, but definitely starting to come out of it today. He's hit the ball hard twice.
Advantage Bear Cub at this moment.
A lot of danger here for Jeremiah Barr. Takes a little something off. It's in there for a strike.
Hey, notice he took that walk around the mound to compose himself a little bit right there. Oftentimes, that's all it takes for a pitcher to get his head right. Remember, pitching is the ultimate game of beating yourself. It's a game against yourself, mind over matter.
3-1 pitch. Hard grounder to short. Diffley backing up, goes to second to retire the side. Trevor Barr might just have kept the championship over in the Griffin corner, coming on with the bases loaded and getting out of the jam with no more damage. 4-2 after 4. Grossmont on top. It's Game 7 of the 3C2A Baseball Championship on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
back to battle. We head to the 5th inning, 4-2. Grossmont, the 2-run lead on top of the defending state champion Santa Rosa Bear Cubs. And Tony, it's been one heck of a weekend. What a battle by these two teams, and really by all 4 teams in the championships.
Oh, absolutely. Here we are in the epitome of competition and battle. Mr. Trevor Beard at the plate. He's fighting a little bit. He's hurting. We thought we'd have some concern about his throwing hand, and now that's his top hand in his swing. And but again, you'd probably have to tackle him to get him out of this ballgame.
That might not be enough. 1-1 on Beard. It'll be Beard, Stroll. Beard starts it off with a single. Michael Diffley.
And again, we just get done making that comment. Is that, in essence, reinforce what we just said about this game? Trevor Beard, moments from maybe coming out of the game, foul tip, ball off his finger, leads off with a base hit.
I don't know about you, but I enjoy being right. So, yes.
Okay. Well, I'm speaking factually. This isn't about me. It's about us.
It's true.
And making sure our folks understand what's going on in this game and this weekend.
And how about battling Noah Stroll? A real struggle this weekend coming into Game 7. He gets dropped in the lineup to the 6th spot. What does he do? He gets things started off with a 2-run bomb back in the 3rd. He's on right now with a man on first.
I recall a point in my career which wasn't that prolific when I was playing at Azusa Pacific, but my coach said you're going to hit in the 4-hole, and I didn't like it. And I don't know why I didn't like it. I probably humbly should have been there, but I went on a little bit of a slump. I said, get me out. And I said, hit me in the 9-hole. So I got hot in the 9-hole. He wanted to move me. I tried to fight him on it. He said, you're going to hit 4th, shut up, get in the game, and be quiet. And I said, yes, sir. And ended up having a reasonable season. But something about getting moved, getting in a different situation, just a new moment sometimes can help you, and it looked like it might have worked for Noah Stroll.
Stroll behind right now, 1-2. Pearson had him way out in front of that one. Well, we're up over 90 degrees on the day here at John Euless Ballpark on the campus of Fresno City College. Stroll right back up the middle, possible double play ball. Here it comes from Kimura. And just like that, 2 gone here in the top of the 5th.
Stroll pulled up a little lame going down the line. It's maybe the heat you just described, getting to some of these young men. Sometimes mister and water just isn't enough. And fatigue may set in, and you get those kind of things happen. But we talked about the pitcher's best friend, and that one was 4-6-3.
So 2 gone here, top of the 5th inning. Here comes Michael Diffley.
It's an overused term, but this is gut check time for these young men. Just when they think that they can't do it again, they have to do it again. They have to keep competing, keep punching, keep battling, and really detail is important here.
2 walks today for Michael. Count evened up 1-1.
It's all about the small stuff now from here on in. Making sure that you do sweat the small stuff, because it's going to be something small that makes the difference here.
Absolutely. 1-1. Long run for Kimura. He chases it down. Throw over to first. Got him!
Matt Kimura continues to sparkle at shortstop for the Bearcats.
Let's check out the replay here. Talk about some serious range. That's a trouble ball from Diffley. Kimura tracks it down, throws over to first in time. Bang, bang play. He gets the call. That will do it here for Grossmont in the top of the 5th. We head to the bottom half here. Santa Rosa due up, trailing by 2. Try to close the gap when we come back on SoCal College Sports. Fans, a reminder that today's game is being brought to you by the 3C2A. The California Community College Athletic Association sponsors 24 championships for more than 27,000 student athletes attending 108 colleges throughout the state. The 3C2A, providing opportunities and fulfilling dreams.
And remember, everybody, if you weren't able to make it up here for the championship, You can always catch the action on our website at www.socalcollegesports.com. Also, you can catch us on YouTube at SoCal College Sports 1. And be sure to follow us on Twitter at SoCal College SPO. That's SPO.
Coons, Sanderson, Kimura do up this inning here in the bottom of the fifth. 4-2. The Bear Cubs trail the Griffins here by 2. Mike Cepeda, Tony Barbone, Jeff Stoynoff, Matt Henson, Emery Johnson, the entire SoCalCollegeSports.com crew here with you this week. And remember, you can watch all of the archive footage on our website, www.SoCalCollegeSports.com. You can also go to our YouTube channel, and if you have a chance, subscribe.
Jeremiah Barr going right back to that outer third.
Pitched out a pretty huge jam. Cat-like reflexes right there. Barr tosses over to first for out number 1. So Coons is retired.
Barr 2 pitches, 1 out. Retires a tough hitter, but good approach again by Ryan Coons.
Sanderson now your batter. And what a weekend this young man has had. Battling a hammy injury. And for those of you who don't know what a hammy is, that's your hamstring. That was per his father, Troy. Had a chance to meet him between the games here, 6 and 7. It's quite a privilege to meet some of the people here up at Fresno and throughout all the championships. Sanderson with another hit here this weekend. Man. Well, coming into the day, he was batting 800 plus.
Well, he might get the Gardener of the weekend because this guy rakes.
I like it.
This guy handles the bat, and the guy here at the plate handles the glove. Matt Kimura doing his Carlos Correa imitation in that last inning.
It's a good call.
Good friend of mine, Brent Strom, pitching coach for the Houston Astros. They're having a great year. Strom, I hope you're doing well.
Kimura started off with a ball from Jeremiah Barr, and Barr, as we talked about, battled out of a huge jam last inning, came in bases loaded. He induced a strikeout to one of the hottest hitters this weekend in Josh Lenny, and then was able to get out of the inning and still maintain the lead here for Grossmont, still leading it by 2.
I might need to call Stromy because I think the only guy who can get out Sanderson is Dallas Keuchel.
Keuchel having a Cy Young Award winning year, former Cy Young winner.
He's up there. He's tied for best beard with Mike Napoli, isn't he? No, Justin Turner.
Turner's got a beard, that's for sure. Speaking of beard, Trevor Beard lets that one get back, and Sanderson takes second. Going to be a pass ball, I believe. Well, the silver lining is it's 3-0. Barr has gotten away from him a little bit. We saw him maybe a little erratic last inning. Even though he induced the strikeout, he fell behind, I believe, in that last at bat.
He did. It was 3-0, then went 3-1. He got the play he needed.
So Kimura, an opportunity here. Got to believe that the bat's staying on the shoulder here, taken all the way. Does just that, ball 4, so 4 straight balls. And Beard going to have a chat with Jeremiah Barr. And apologies, earlier in the tournament, I misread the number when we shot to the camera shot in the bullpen for Grossmont, and I said Jail Sim. It wasn't Jail Sim. I had a chance to talk with Foster McNary between games here, and he said, going back and watching the footage and live, the Griffin faithful had a good laugh.
Well, you're human, Mike.
Hey, you know, we all make mistakes.
To err is human. To forgive is divine.
So here comes Jeff Bart. Bart pops up the first pitch. Into right field, gives it a ride. CVT, Cabot Van Til.
Jeff Bart swing at the first pitch after a 4-pitch walk. Staying aggressive. Maybe not the highest percentage move with Barr struggling, but that gets the second out.
It does advance the runner, Sanderson, over to third easily after the deep ball. So here comes Matt Yakota.
We're back in another possible scoring situation. Coming back, the Bear Cubs. And you asked me earlier, do you think the Bear Cubs will ever go into hibernation? Doesn't look like it, and winter's a long way away.
It really is. Well, they're going to have to hibernate either way after this game. Winner take all game 7 here from Fresno. The 3C2A 2017 Baseball Championships live on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
If you're finer, you'll take home the chiner. We got to get going here today.
Like it. 1-0. In there, called strike 1.
Jeremiah coming back, evening up the count. Trust his defense. You got a part-time player here.
Battle of the 1 seeds here up in Fresno. Grossmont from the south, Santa Rosa from the north. That pitch in there, strike 2. A little gas on that one there, Tony.
I think you want to try and get in on this young man. You got an outfield straightaway. Probably likes to put the ball in play up the middle the other way. Don't give in. Stay aggressive. And make Mr. Yakota make a statement.
2 gone, bottom 5, the 1-2. Hit foul. Dakota stays alive.
Got a little breeze. Old Glory starting to kick up a little bit out in dead central.
It's a welcome breeze in the broadcast booth, that's for sure. We're
Absolutely.
outdoors.
Takes that 400 mark to about 398.
The 1-2. Foul again. Will Van Til have a play on it? He will not.
Chose a little bit more cautious route. The fence was a little more aggressive than he was last time, but he respected that chain link over there, and Yakota's still alive.
I find it's a good idea to respect chain link. We'll do the 1-2 again. Third time's a charm? No. Another foul, and that went into the dugout. Hot shot.
You call those ugly finders.
Well, why is that, Tony?
I don't know. It's just a baseball term that happened even before I was born.
1-2. Attempt number 4. Swing and a miss. The high heat from Barr got him. We head to the 6th inning. 4-2, Grossmont. Looking to swell their lead here when we come back on SoCal College Sports. Fans, a reminder that today's game is being brought to you by the California Community College Athletic Association. 3C2A sponsors 24 championships for more than 27,000 student athletes attending 108 colleges throughout the state. 3C2A, providing opportunities and fulfilling dreams. De La Rosa, Van Til, Maldonado do up this inning for the Griffins. They lead it 4-2 on top of the defending state champions, Santa Rosa. We're in the top of the 6th. Happy you've joined us, everyone. Spread the word, www.socalcollegesports.com. This one lifted into right on the first pitch of the top of the 6th. And Jeff Bart takes care of it. Pearson records out number 1. Mike Cepeda, Tony Barbone, Jeff Stoynoff with you on today's coverage.
Big out right there, keeping Mr. De La Rosa off the bases where he likes to be active and energetic, and good LOM retired.
Pitch in there from Pearson. Strike 1. Oh, 1 popped up to left. Yokota Canacorn. 2 quick outs here in the top of the 6th.
Now batting the center fielder, number 5, David Maldonado.
Jeremy Pearson doing the job right now, hanging in there. 2 quick outs, trying to get his team back in the dugout in the bottom half of the 6th. But the impressive David Maldonado stands in front of that 1-2-3 inning.
Maldonado with a bomb in Game 6 earlier today. 7th on the year. Maldonado with a hit in this one and an RBI and a run scored.
This situation, I don't think Maldonado likes to take much, but he might just to get the count up, keep his pitcher in the dugout a little bit longer.
Swing and a miss, 2-1.
There's a little lull in the park right now. I think everybody's fatigued, even the scoreboard. So we got a little bit of a settle. The crowd's quiet, the dugouts are quiet. Anticipate an outcome here.
Check swing, he holds up, 3-1.
We've had a lot of energy since 12 o'clock on Friday. Excuse me, it's 12 o'clock on Saturday.
It's on Monday. I forget what day of the week it is. 3-2 count now.
It's
4
Monday.
after that one fouled back.
Always remember Memorial Day starts with a M. Teaching my granddaughter her letters, and MMM is Monday.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
No problem, just trying to help you.
I need all the help I can get. We're in Game 7 on the weekend.
Don't you want to be late for your Tuesday appointment?
I don't know if I have something tomorrow. We'll find out. 3-2. Hit hard over to Kimura. He doesn't handle it cleanly. Maldonado with some wheels. But he can't get there in time. 1-2-3 here in the top of the 6th. We head to the bottom half here. SoCalCollegeSports.com's continuing coverage of the 2017 Baseball Championship here from Fresno.
Bottom of the 6th, 4-2. Grossmont on top of Santa Rosa. Winner take all here. State championship in 2017 hanging in the balance. Santa Rosa due up this inning. It'll be Teasley, Barry, and Lenny.
Jeremiah Barr going to a first pitch breaking ball, which that's a different pattern for him. Back to that fastball the way that he likes the best. That arm side is his favorite.
And just a quick apology, everyone. We have some people in the live chat getting a little unruly there, so we apologize. We've blocked the users and set and ready to go. Teasley, 2 hits and 2 runs scored today. The 1-2 turns on it. Well out in front. We'll do the 1-2 again.
Dangerous breaking ball to a hitter like Teasley. Though he resides in that 9 hole, he is a 340 hitter.
Jeremiah Barr battling out here in the heat. Some activity in the bullpen from Grossmont. We'll get a player to you shortly. Called strike 3. Ring them up. See the replay on that one, camera 1. Oof, yeah, no, that's...
Trevor Beard setting up right on that outer third. Jeremiah Barr delivering the pitch exactly where Trevor wanted it.
It's called paint, sir.
Yes, it is. Brush it up.
We'll bring up Blake Berry, top of the lineup. 1 gone here in the bottom of the 6th, 0-1. That went inside, that hit him. Looks like it got him on the elbow. So a 1-out hit by pitch. And that brings up Josh Lenny. Lenny had a huge opportunity.
Just an observation here, though that was not even close to intentional. Talk about the umpires and their detail. Hal Simon's walking out to the mound to make sure there isn't anything off a hits batsman. Great job, Hal, by controlling the game.
Again, the umpiring here at the state championships in 2017 continues to be stellar. Swing and a miss from Lenny. Lenny may be pressing a little bit. Struck out his last time up with the bases loaded.
On that pitch right there, ball up and off the plate, as Emery would share with us earlier.
0-1 fouled back, so it's a quick hole for Josh Lenny. Lenny got the win earlier today in Game 6.
Jeremiah Barr pounding the zone, as they say, and pounded only a small part of it on that area that earlier he painted, to use your quote.
The heat.
There is a lull in Fresno right now.
You drop a pin over here and you could probably hear it. Comes the 0-2. In there, called strike 3. Ring up another one.
I think he caught Josh guessing there in a ball that got him out the last time. It wasn't a sharp breaking ball, but it was an effective breaking ball. And caught that outer corner. And here comes Trevor Mallett.
Here's the pitch. And what about Beard just framing that up? You talk about the non-active elbow.
Yeah, it's nice and soft, letting that ball get deep. You try and bring that breaking ball deeper into your body, give it a little bit more time to travel. Gets down in the zone, more onto the plate. Umpires like that.
Optical illusion. I like it. 2 gone here. Barr, the man at first, bottom 6. Here comes Mallett.
That he didn't like. He thought it was an unoptical illusion.
Wasn't having that one. That one outside, starting to get a little bit away from Barr. Lefty.
Barr with 14 outings and 14 innings. This is kind of uncharted waters for him. It appears that he's usually a 3-4 out guy, getting into his 5th, 6th, and 7th out here for the Griffins.
Well, he's been pretty good so far. 2-0 in there, called strike 1. Well, back in the 3rd to get things started off. Santa Rosa. Daniel Teasley scored on a balk. And there was a fielding error. Blake Berry scored, so it's 2-0. Maldonado homers to check that. I believe that was earlier today. I apologize.
Game 6.
That was Game 6. Let's go to Game 7, shall we?
We shall.
Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Not overpowering velocity, but looks like that's got a little late run on it. It's keeping it off the barrel, these right-handed hitters from Santa Rosa. They just seem to be pulling off just a shade. Got to work that other side against Mr. Barr. Hitting that 3-5 hole.
I think they got swing and a miss, strike 3. Did Barr just strike out the side? I want to say he did. Either way, we're going to the 7th. 4-2, Grossmont on top of Santa Rosa. You're watching the 2017 3C2A Baseball Championship here from Fresno, SoCal College Sports. Reese Hernandez will get things started off here in the top of the 7th for the Griffins. Grossmont leads it 4-2 here. Game 7, winner take all for the 2017 Baseball Championship. Oh and 1 on Hernandez. Right back up the middle for base knock.
Staying on the breaking ball, driving that back up the middle. He has a little bit better time with right-handers than he does left, but good at bat by Reese Hernandez. And there's a little bit of volume in the Grossmont dugout.
Hernandez, first hit today, now 1 for 3. Here comes Justin Berkey. Bostad on deck. Leadoff man aboard, no outs here in the top of the 7th. First pitch on Berkey, swing and a miss.
Good job by Pearson locating that first pitch, back up breaking ball, pitching backwards a little bit, getting that Berkey out in front.
When you say backdoor or backing up the breaking ball, what do you mean by that?
Looks like it came in and around the plate on the inside part as part of the outer part of the plate. Coming in the back door, catching that inside corner, which is not stereotypical of a breaking ball from a right-hander that usually goes extension side into the outer third.
Pearson comes to. Chopped over. This could be a trouble ball. Lenny, it's a pretty good pick. Good throw over to first. Making it look easy. No play at second with the speedy Hernandez.
Nice play by Josh Lenny. Nice elbow on that backhand, getting the short hop, setting his feet while he's catching the baseball and delivering with that great arm strength to first base over Ryan Coons.
We'll see the replay here. Nice backhand pick. That's just making it way too easy. Here comes Bostad.
It's a big league glove right there.
Absolutely. Big league heart, too. Bostad pops it up. Into left, Yokota with a beat on it. Puts it away for out number 2. Hernandez back to second.
Josh Pearson and Jeremiah Barr coming out of the pen. Few appearances, few innings, but giving their team a chance. Grinding out innings, grinding out at-bats, giving some life to the depth of that bullpen.
So Beard now the batter here for Grossmont, man in scoring position. You can't have enough insurance taking on the defending state champs. El Camino learned that last night. They had a 4-run cushion, up 5-1 going into the 8th, and could not hold on. Beard swinging. Tough job for Kimura. He's not going to get it. Hernandez coming home. It's 5-2 RBI single for Trevor Beard.
Trevor Beard, I'm out of superlatives for this guy. I'm just going to say, hey, Trevor Beard, you're good. We love you.
Stoyanov checking out the thesaurus as we speak. Just a tough play. That's a ground ball with eyes right there. And here comes Noah Stroll, who got things started off with a 2-run bomb in the top of the 3rd. Has had a rough weekend, but has come through when it has counted here in Game 7. Two gone here in the top of the 7th. Curveball low. It's good eye there from Noah Stroll.
Noah Stroll looking to have another good at-bat. That base hit got some people moving.
Pearson comes with it. Fastball in there, paints the corner, 1-1.
Still staying tough, Mr. Pearson.
Kid's going to battle.
I think they all are. A good observation, Mikey. They're all going to do that today.
Well, I told you I had my Captain Obvious cape on. Stroll launches another one. That one off of the wall. Tough to track down for Teasley in center. Beard gets sent home 6-2. A stand-up RBI double for Noah Stroll, who has 3 today. Have a game, young man.
Noah Stroll. Again, just an exclamation point on the weekend. He struggled predominantly the entire weekend, and today in Game 7, here he is doing the things that he did for the Griffins all year offensively. Dropped them down in the lineup. We've talked about that a little bit. Doing a little chest bump with the first base coach. Getting excited. This might be a trip to give that pen a little bit of time. Hanging breaking ball that was up in the zone, and Stroll definitely just laid on it.
Yeah, Stroll served up a cookie. He ate about 3/4 of it. Extra base hit already with a bomb today. Turning John Euless Ballpark into his own personal launching pad here in Game 7.
They might need a little paint for the marks he's leaving out there.
They might. Hopefully he doesn't go after our C-clamp up there, taking out the or supporting the center field camera shot that we have this weekend.
No, I don't think anybody's going to get there.
That'd be an impressive feat. Good aim, too. I don't think Tiger Woods in his prime can get there. That ball in the dirt. Your batter now, Michael Diffley. Diffley 0 for today here in Game 7. It's been a factor, big factor, offensively and defensively throughout the weekend. The 1-0. That's high, 2-0. I believe Jeff Stoyanov running down to the Santa Rosa bullpen.
Maybe a little fatigue out of Jeremy. Hasn't been in a ball game probably this long with a whole lot of duration. But he's battling. Just missed on the pitch to Stroll.
This is again 3-0 here on Diffley.
A couple big 2-out knocks by the Griffins. Back-to-back from Beard and Stroll.
High ball 4. That might do it here for Pearson. See if he gets another batter. I think that will bring a visit to the mound. Well, Santa Rosa It's been a valiant effort here in the championships. We talked about their comeback win versus Elko last night. They're looking for a bullet in the chamber. Can they find one? We'll give you the numbers and a name when we come back here on SoCal College Sports. Mike Cepeda, Tony Barbone, Jeff Stoynoff with you here. SoCalCollegeSports.com's continuing coverage of the 2017 baseball championships in the 3C2A here from Fresno. Got a new pitcher and a new batter. Pitcher is Henry Birch.
Yes, sir.
Got some numbers for me here, Tom?
Henry Birch, 10 appearances, all in relief, 13 innings. Low ERA, 2.77. 6 strikeouts, 4 walks in those 13 innings.
Inherits a couple base runners here. Stroll at second, Diffley at first. And your new batter here, Jale Sim.
Drop down delivery a little bit. Ball's going to run away from this left-hander. Got to stay patient, get a ball, make him elevate.
Sim pitch hitting for De La Rosa, the 0-1. Good job by Sim holding up, 1-1.
Bear Cubs looking for a big out here. This will be a moment for them as they plan their attack to get back in this game.
2-1 in there, called strike 2. Sim didn't like it.
Good take. That's a good take. Tough pitch. Not much he could do with that one. Now he's got to expand that zone, add some ball links to each side, and compete.
Trip deuces on the board. Birch a strike away from getting out of the inning. Just missing on the outer half.
Well, runners will be in action here. Got to stay home.
Birch trying to paint the corner. Ump said that was outside the lines. Here comes a 3-2. Chop foul. Sim stays alive.
Good job by Sim, but Birch getting him to try and roll over on that pitch. You got to keep your hands inside, as we've talked about all weekend. Let it get deep and ram it to that 5-5 hole here. Rolling over to second base is what Jeremy Birch wants you to do.
Comes a payoff pitch. In there. Rung him up. So Birch gets out of it, minimizes the damage after he comes in here in the top of the 7th, but 2 runs added to the total here for Grossmont. They now lead it by 4, 6-2. We head to 7th inning stretch time here from John Eulis Ballpark. Santa Rosa due up just a little bit when we come back on SoCal College Sports. Ryder Coons, your batter to lead things off here in the bottom of the 7th. Grossmont is 9 outs away from state title. They will have to hold serve here with a 4-run lead. 6-2 they lead the defending state champion Santa Rosa Bear Cubs. It'll be Coons, Sanderson, and Kimura. Base hit to lead things off in the bottom of the 7th for Ryder Coons.
Well, again, you talked about 9 outs. Might be the toughest 9 outs they acquire during the course of the season. And you got a team like Santa Rosa. They use their outs well. Don't give in. Keep competing. And trying to keep that title in Northern California.
Don't give in. Keep competing. And don't go away, everybody. If anything, yesterday taught us to don't sleep on the Bear Cubs. They were down by 4, 5-1 to El Camino, another gritty ball club. And they were on their way out the door, and then they just came together as one group, chipped away at the lead. They were down 5-1 in the top of the 8th. They chipped 2 across in the 8th, chipped 2 across in the 9th. And Lenny with the 3-run double in extras. And we see an appeal down to third base. Can we see the replay on the check swing here, Maddie? Sanderson, the lefty Neidlinger, can't believe it. Bring the slider back just a little bit more here, Maddie. Nope, can't see it. That's a tough call. While Sanderson, hot stick this weekend, doesn't get the benefit of the doubt. He's in a quick hole, 0-2. Barr loves it. Here it comes, and how about Sanderson? Reaches out, goes and gets it, puts it into right for a base hit.
Like I said, I don't know what to say about Sanderson except I want him on my team. That might be 10, 12 hits for that young man.
Double digits hits on the weekend for Ben Sanderson. That might do it for Jeremiah Barr. We do have a visit to the mound. A conversation maybe to give the bullpen a little bit more time.
Again, Ben Sanderson with one of the best approaches we've seen all weekend. He's balanced, he's tall, he doesn't chase bad pitches. He doesn't get beat in, he doesn't get beat out, he's never out in front. He's a professional hitter the way he goes about his business. His approach is really solid.
Being told 12 hits on the weekend now for Ben Sanderson. What a stud. Kimura now your batter. First and second, nobody out. The Bear Cubs have something brewing here in the bottom of the 7th. Down by 4 here, winner take all.
Bear Cubs coming down the mountain looking for some fruit here in the bottom of the 7th.
Had some cherries earlier. Man, they were delicious. There in season. Some good fruit here in Fresno. The other one. Kimura, base hit into right. Van Til has a cannon. They will hold Coons at third. Base is loaded, and now a swing of the bat can tie things up here. Here comes Jeff Bart. If you're thinking about power, Bart does have a couple of bombs on the year.
Coach Abishire coming to the mound. Might be a good time to get a right-hander into this situation. With he got right-hander at the plate, right-hander on deck, and right-hander in the hole. 3 rights.
I have a new pitcher when we come back here. Don't go anywhere, folks. Bases juiced, nobody out, bottom of the 7th. And the Griffins trying to hold on. The Bear Cubs trying to defend their title here in 2017. Well, how about some more grip for you? Jeremiah Barr going to stay out there.
We got Barr versus Bart.
First pitch. Bart chops it over. Might be a double play ball. Botched ball at short by Diffley. Everybody safe. Ryder Coons comes home to score. 6-3. Well, looked like Kimura, or check that, Sanderson got a little in the vision path of Diffley. Diffley had trouble hanging on to the ball, tracking it, and making a play on it. That'll be ruled the second error of the ball game. It will result in a 6-3 lead here for Grossmont. And here comes a pinch hitter, Cole Brodnansky, one of the hottest bats coming in for Santa Rosa.
How's the Santa Rosa hitter now? I might borrow Ben Sanderson's bat.
Might be a good call.
Brodnansky. He's got a bat of his own. He's been playing well.
Batting .349 on the season. Kid knows how to handle the stick. Big moment right here. Nobody out. Bases loaded. Now it's 6-3. 0-1. Brodnansky. Tough ball. Berkey over to third in time. Another run will score. Double play ball now not in effect. So Sanderson scores. Six to 4. What did I say last inning? You can't have enough insurance against the Bear Cubs.
I just think that these teams are all so tough. They're all so strong. They're all so deep. They're all so well coached that it's just tough to put anybody away. These people refuse to have their season end. Everybody's season's over today in the 3C2A. However, one team's going to leave on a little bit better note than the other.
Just an incredible job today here by the Bear Cubs in the entire weekend. That one fouled off by Daniel Teasley.
Little credit to Jeremiah Barr. He's done a good job. A jam sandwich on that last one, a misplayed ground ball, the one before. He seems to pitch better with the bases loaded. But he doing a good job for a guy that hasn't been out there that much for the Griffins this year.
It's 6-4. 0-1. And that's a called strike on Teasley.
Might be a little up, but you can't duck out. Can't duck out. You got to stay tall. Umpires aren't going to let that happen.
So Teasley in a hole. Barr battling. Comes the 0-2. That hit him. Wow. They're going to say that Teasley leaned into it. Wow. They're going to say he did not make an effort to get out of the way of that ball. Can we see it on replay one here, Matty?
Did he turn into it? Did he turn that left elbow into it? If you get that kind of turn, no.
Well, the Santa Rosa faithful irate over that call. Tony, what do you do?
Well, I think, like I said earlier in the telecast, this has been one of the controversial situations that the coaches have been concerned about all year, is how this is interpreted. Obviously, you're supposed to make an attempt. You got people getting hit by breaking balls and staying. If you dive in, throw that elbow in there. Hopefully it was a ball, because if he makes contact in the strike zone, it's a strike. So we're not sure what happened. We have to see that replay, but did he turn that elbow in trying to get that? And was the pitch a ball or a strike?
The pitch was ruled a ball.
Then it must have been in, and he must have made an attempt to try and have it off his body.
So it's 1-2. Teasley stays there. He fouls that one back and stays alive. Giving Daniel a little bit of credit. He's working, trying to get 90 feet for his club, and
even those interpreted as intent and a ball as opposed to a hit batsman. He's working.
So instead of bases loaded, one out, now Barr ahead 1-2 with an opportunity to ring one up here. Huge spot on Daniel Teasley. Second and third, 2 already across here in the bottom of the 7th. 2 runners in scoring position. 1-2. That one lifted into right. This should score a run. Cabot Van Til has it. Kimura's going to tag. Both runners will advance. It's a 1-run game. The Bear Cubs going to try and force Grossmont to take out another insurance policy. The lead is cut to 1.
Yeah, you need some indemnity coming out of your bullpen. But again, I'll ask you a question of the weekend. Are you surprised?
I am not shocked at all.
I think Jeff made the point during his time with us. Oh, somebody scored. Oh, the next team's on base. Oh, they scored. The next. This is the movie we've been watching for 3 days.
Yeah.
So this is in essence the 3rd day sequel. You're a movie man, and
I am.
Here we are again. 6-5 1-run ball game that appeared at one time that Grossmont was in control of.
Santa Rosa and Grossmont giving us quite the trilogy here. 2 gone here. In the bottom of the 7th, 3 across here this inning for the Bear Cubs. They trail it by 1.
Everybody here getting their full money's worth down to the penny this weekend.
Blake Berry, now the batter. Got Bart at third, trying to bring him home to tie it up. Grossmont, 6 runs on 11 hits, 2 errors. The Bear Cubs, 5 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors themselves.
Got to credit the coaches' stomachs right now. They're still with them.
2-0, chop foul. Lenny on deck.
Blake Berry, tough hombre at the top of the lineup. Trying to have a big at-bat. Trevor Beard is an issue here. Working hard for his pitcher, making sure that ball's in front of him on a dirt ball.
Berry 0 for today, does have a walk and an RBI.
3-1. Jeremiah Barr trying to gut this thing out.
Three and 1. Outside, ball 4. Here comes one of the hottest bats this weekend, Josh Lenny.
Randy Abishar going to the mound. We're going to get somebody coming out of the Griffin pen. I say a gallant effort by Jeremiah Barr. He got let down a little bit by his defense. Made a good pitch on a jammy, and a tough situation.
This is the second visit this inning. We have a new pitcher coming in for Grossmont. Javier De La Torre. We saw him in Game 6. Another appearance here in Game 7. Give him a chance to warm up. Back in a moment here on SoCal College Sports. High drama, don't go anywhere. Fans, a reminder that today's game is being brought to you by the 3C2A. The California Community College Athletic Association sponsors 24 championships for more than 27,000 student athletes attending 108 colleges throughout the state. 3C2A, providing opportunities, fulfilling dreams. Boy, here comes a man who's no stranger to heroics, Josh Lenny. He only had the win earlier today, and then last night a 3 RBI double to break a 5-all tie in extra innings for the win over Elko. And here he is in a huge spot, down 6-5, first and third, 2 gone. And we have a new pitcher. It's Javier De La Torre. We saw him in Game 6.
Javier's been in this spot before, reaching to the well a little bit. He got a tough battle here with Mr. Lenny.
First pitch on Lenny, in there, called strike 1.
There's the respect that this entire Grossmont team has for Josh Lenny. First pitch breaking ball, get it in there. Interesting to happen. See what first and third here. 2 outs. So let Lenny swing the bat.
The 0-1. Swing and a miss. A slight foul tip. But Lenny pressing just a little bit. Remember, he had a big opportunity early in this ball game. 1 out, bases loaded, and he K'd.
Well, he's been their guy, and he's in the spotlight once again.
Jeff Stoynoff pointed out Jeremiah Bard struck out Lenny the last 2 times he had been up. Probably surprised that he got the hook when he did, considering the batter coming up seemed to have had his number all day. That one inside for ball 1-2.
Just prove that outer third is the only place probably that you can beat Lenny, where he might get himself out. Something in, he's going to turn on.
There's 1-2. That one fouled back. Lenny stays alive.
A little more patience, a little more depth on that breaking ball. He's going to be able to ram that thing into right field.
Lenny came into today batting .292. He's been much hotter than that this weekend. 1-2. Swing and a miss. The high heat gets Lenny. Grossmont by the slimmest of margins. We head to the 8th, 6-5. Griffins due up to bat when we come back. Substitution out in right for Santa Rosa. Nick Robinson comes on for Jeff Bart. CVT now your batter for the Griffins, Cabot Van Til. Correction, Justice Van Til. Started off with a strike, 0-1.
Name change as per Jeff.
That's a good name change.
Yeah.
Strike 2.
I think it does him a little justice. Mr. Birch coming here right now, 0-2, trying to get his team right back in that dugout.
Birch dealing just outside. Mallet trying to frame it, but that's the correct call. Got a great view on it with that center field camera shot.
Again, Henry Birch turns that ball over, runs it away from this left-hander. Got to stay inside and go the other way.
1-2. CVT pops it back foul. We'll do the 1-2 again.
Good work, fouled off in the correct part of the park. We had a little bit of a lull there for a while in the energy of these people, but now the needle is moving.
Yeah, they found their second win, courtesy of the 3-run rally in the bottom of the 7th for the Bear Cubs.
Might be the 3rd or 4th win for this group.
That one laced into right field. That'll be a base hit for Cabot Van Til.
Again, first team all footwear, leading off, getting a base hit. Good approach. That ball got elevated a little bit. He handled it well, and here we go with David Maldonado, who's dangerous every time he comes to the plate.
Maldonado now your batter. He had a bomb opposite way earlier today. Might he provide some insurance for the Griffins? They lead it by 1. 12th hit on the day for the Griffins after the Van Til single. That one in the dirt, 1-0.
Nice spot, nice play by Trevor Mallett there, keeping the ball in front of him.
Birch from the stretch, 1-0, foul back.
Anderson, Maldonado, he is an aggressive swinger. He is aggressive, and
like a bulldog.
he is a tough kid.
Or like a griffin. The 1-1 hit hard over to Lenny. Can't handle it cleanly. Can't get the force at second. Everybody is safe. Probably going to be ruled an error here. Let's see what the ruling is.
Totally unexpected play by the steady Josh Lenny. And again, that's the type of play that it could be a fatigue and concentration. You know, didn't quite look that ball in, had to go back and get it. Didn't have a chance to set his feet. A little bit of a bisect into the runner there. And the Griffins are back at it.
Here comes Reese Hernandez. Nobody out. First 2 on for the Griffins. Are you shocked? A response here from Grossmont after a 3-run rally by the Bear Cubs to cut the lead to 1.
I'd only be shocked if I put my finger in a wall socket right now. These teams just keep playing, keep playing, keep playing.
Going to have a visit to the mound by Coach Neidlinger.
And I guess he told everybody to not talk because it went to total silence. The guy commands a crowd.
And Birch is going to come off with the count 1-0.
Could be a left-hander to get a little bit more defense on a bunt play here. I don't know who's in the pin. Nope, I'm wrong.
Oh, we'll have a number for you and a new pitcher. It'll be Juan Lopez Rios. He came in to play third last game for Lenny when Lenny went in to pitch. And he is your new pitcher. We'll have some numbers on Lopez Rios when we come back here on SoCal College Sports. Juan Lopez Rios, your new pitcher, only his 3rd appearance on the season. Looking to eat up some outs here for the Bear Cubs. At what point do you go to Jared Noonan?
Well, I think I mentioned it might have been a left-hander to be a little bit better defensive play on the bunt, but here you bring in Juan Lopez Rios, who only has 2 appearances all year. He's pitched 1 inning, but he's a fielder, so he might be able to be getting off that mound like a cat and make a play.
That's a great point, Tony. Tony Barbone, Mike Cepeda, Jeff Stoynoff with you on this weekend's coverage. Happy you've joined us. Got a great crowd, already 2,200 views plus live here today for Game 7. Winner take all for the 2017 3C2A State Championship. Santa Rosa looking to go back-to-back here, defending state champs. We saw them in Game 7 a year ago, winners over Golden West. Looking to beat another team with the letter G in Grossmont. 2-0 Reese Hernandez. That's high, 3-0.
Tough spot for Juan Lopez Rios. Really not a pitcher by trade. He's a position player. And they've taken off the bunt. He's gone to 3-0. And again, are we shocked?
We are not. 3-0 in there, 4-strike, 3-1.
We mentioned Toby Keith at the start of the program today. He's got an album called Shockin' Ya All, and this tournament continues to shock us all.
So here comes the 3-run from Lopez Rios. Ball 4.
We got nobody out. Response Galactica by these teams. They just keep responding. And tough situation again for Juan, but I'm sure he's a capable young man. He just doesn't quite have the experience there on the mound for the Bearcats.
Well, now he's got to go up against Justin Berkey, hitting .358 on the season. Bases juiced, nobody out. Right back at you here for Santa Rosa from Grossmont. That one well inside, nearly hit Berkey.
Bit of a gamble move by Darren Neidlinger, but didn't get the strikes to get the forced sacrifice bunt.
.1-0. Double play ball, no. Rios to the plate for the force. A huge play made by Juan Lopez Rios. Talk about the quick reaction there. Let's see the replay.
Again, it's just a force play, and what we talked about, you got another defender on the mound. He made a nice play, picked it up, threw an absolute rod to Trevor Mallett, who held his ground on the force play.
Not an easy play to make. In fact, he stopped it with his foot.
Well, it's a skate save and a beauty here on day 1 of the Stanley Cup.
And Neidlinger.
You might see your boy Brule right now against the left.
Brule was fantastic in relief of Noonan on day 1, and indeed he will go to Brule. Six to 5.
I don't think it is.
No, it's Cal Claymore, the lefty.
Cal Claymore, 5 appearances, only been in the game a few times, 4 innings. He's walked 7. A little bit of might be the effective. Wow, looks like he's got a pretty good fastball. Coming in maybe to get 1 out against the left-hander. And then you got the ever-present Trevor Beard after.
Well, you know, my eyesight isn't what it was. I just saw the left-hander coming out. And Brule, being the left-hander, comes out, but then it gets a little closer. It's not number 24, it's number 10. So Claymore gets the call here in a tough spot.
Well, that's the inability for us to see the bullpen. And as eyes wear out, it is Game 7 of a long competitive weekend.
Yep.
You've been doing a great job, Mike. So you miss on a number is just that's a small bogey in your even round today.
I appreciate it. When I golf, and I don't golf, but when I do, there are a lot of bogeys. Triple, quadruple.
Great game.
And of the pick it up variety.
Great game. Your foot wedge is the best club in your bag.
Strong. Bases still loaded, but one out now. And the Bear Cubs trying to control the floodgates here and stay within striking distance after they battled back from a 4-run deficit to cut it to 1, 6-5 in the bottom of the 7th. We're in the top of the 8th. This is it. First pitch, excuse me, on Bosted. Batting 363 is off the mark, 1-0.
I'm sure Cal needs to work that outer third against Bosted, who's done a good job on that part of the plate. So looking for something that he can drive and get out of the infield here.
Claymore made a concerted effort in warm-ups to keep the ball low. Has done so, but he's been low and off the mark 2 in a row. It's 2-0.
This is what we talked about as he came into the game. He's only been in, 4 innings, and he's walked 7. So the strike zone is a little bit foreign to him at times.
Here's a 2-0. That one should score a run if it doesn't drop. This is going to get into the gap. Bosted clears the bases, gets all 3 of them back that they relinquished in the bottom half of the 7th. It's 9-5. The Griffins push it out to a 4-run lead.
Exactly what we talked about. Bosted been tremendous hitting the ball the other way. This is another young man that stays in his box, stays strong, stays balanced, and hits that ball to where, hey, the store must be open. The gap is still selling.
I don't think that ball was initially intended for the gap. The wind blowing right to left here. Ball carries from center over to left center. A tough play for Teasley out in center field. It falls in, a 3 RBI double for Bosted. Here comes Trevor Beard. That one gets away. Bosted does not advance. Now remember, Bosted came in nursing a hamstring injury.
I don't think anybody saw it, including Trevor Mallett. So break even. No gain there for anybody. Ball 1. But Trevor Beard in front of Cal Clammer.
1-0 outside. Well, what have we learned this weekend? Don't go away. Don't go anywhere.
It's not Dodger Stadium. You don't need to leave early.
No, it is not. 2-0, fouled off by Beer, 2-1.
If you're in a rush to get dinner reservations yesterday, you missed about 6 runs. And traffic's probably going to be there for all of us anyway. Might as well go the distance, Mick.
Unplug both, and then keep that one unplugged. I think it's probably too hot. Unplug both. This one, what's the other one? The one on the other side of the webcam.
That one laced foul, 2-2 now.
I like the way Trevor Beard's been working. Left-hander, trying to stay on that arm side of the plate, ball running away. Trevor Beard trying to drive it to right. He was successful earlier in the ball game doing that.
Plug in center field. Plug it in. Plug it back in.
One gone here in the top of the 8th. 3 runs across for the Griffins. Lead it 9-5. Trevor Beard trying to add to that total on a 2-2 count. Claymore steps off. Mike Cepeda, Tony Barbone, Jeff Stoynoff, Matt Henson, Emery Johnson, Jorge Cepeda, the entire SoCalCollegeSports.com. Privileged to be with you here this Memorial Day weekend. 2-2, swing and a miss. Struck him out for out number 2, and Claymore digs deep and scores a K. Here comes Noah Stroll. And the 3rd inning seems like a year ago when he went deep for 2-run bomb. First pitch on Stroll. Stroll launches it. He has a home run and a double. He has another extra base hit, at least a double. 2 stand-up doubles today for Noah Stroll. 10-5.
Noah Stroll stepping up big, showing his power, trying to make up for a slow start earlier in the weekend. And that ball was deep. That ball was deep. That was 3/4 of the way up the wall in between the 400 and 360 mark here at John Eulis Field.
At John Eulis Field, you really have to launch one to get it out of here, especially that part of the ballpark. Stroll just missed, but he adds to his gaudy total here in Game 7 of the weekend. Three hits, 4 RBIs today for Noah Stroll.
Tough situation for Santa Rosa. You know, here we talked about earlier about what the depth of the pitching is going to be. Jeff spoke about it often yesterday for the teams in the losers bracket. We might be seeing that a little bit as Cal Calmer's only had 4 innings all year. Comes in a tough slot against an aggressive team, but doing his best.
Stroll at second, Diffley at the plate, 1-0, 1-1.
Nice and firm fastball there. Repeat that delivery, and you're going to be in the ball game.
Doesn't work.
1-1. In there, strike 2. One, two outside.
This young man's working.
Well, Tony, we talked about how Santa Rosa is forcing the Griffins to take out another insurance policy. They took out an umbrella policy here.
I think
Top of the 8th.
Mr. Stroll, he's the underwriter.
It's pretty good. Man, Diffley turned on it and was just out in front of it. Just missed.
It's the old adage. Are we having fun yet, Mike?
Having a blast. Tony, it's been a pleasure this week, and really appreciate your time.
It's been great.
Coming out now, I hope to do this again with you.
That'd be good. When you're when you're out of people, then you can call me. I live in a trailer down by the river.
Might be my first call. Down by the river in Glendora. Is that the Santa Ana River?
No, that'd be south of me.
The 2-2. Caught him looking. Claymore punches out Diffley, but the damage done here in the top of the 8th. 4 runs across. It's 10-5. Grossmont can smell a state title here in 2017. Stay tuned. You can catch this broadcast and the entirety of the weekend's coverage on www.SoCalCollegeSports.com. You can also go to our YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1. You can watch us on the big screen if you have an Apple TV or an Xbox One. Type in SoCal College Sports 1 on the YouTube app. upscale this stream to 1080p. Bottom of the 8th, 10-5. Grossmont extends their lead in the top half of the 8th inning, a 4-run rally.
Well, the game is still in the balance. I want to take a shout out to that press box. I don't think we've heard the same song twice. They're playing a classic and Will Smith getting jiggy with it. It might be the time that we should change that to, hey, getting griffy with it, with a 10-5 lead by Grossmont right here.
10-5 lead, but don't go anywhere. Remember last night's heroics. Saw the Bear Cubs down 5-1 entering the bottom of the 8th, or top of the 8th rather. And they chipped away, got it to a tie ball game, forced extras, and then Josh Lenny happened. That ball hard hit, but right to Reese Hernandez off of the bat of Trevor Mallett.
Did we talk about who's on the mound again for Grossmont? Hayden Shedenfield.
Shenefield out now, and he is the story of these championships. We've seen some unbelievable hitting, some incredible pitching, but none better than Hayden Shenefield. He had a save on day 1, a win on day 2, and now looking to close things down with a 5-run lead here on day 3. Up against the big bat in the lineup for the Bear Cubs, Ryder Coons.
And again, he's a feel-good story. I think we talked about him yesterday. This young man never played college baseball till this year. Going to be a San Diego State graduate. Called Coach Abshire and said, hey, I've never played. Can I get a chance? And he said, why don't you call me in 2004? I could have used you.
Better late than never. Swing and a miss from Ryder Coons, 2-1. Well, had a conversation with Coach Abshire ourselves, me and Jeff Stoynoff this morning, and he's getting some looks at some 4-year schools, still has some eligibility left, looking at going to grad school possibly at CSUN. So just an incredible testament to that young man's character. Having appealed down to first, Coons did not go 3-1.
He's competing. He's even asking the first base umpire to check. He's using all his bells, all his whistles, and all his courage here. Just a standout performance by this young man, and a great, great feel-good story on Memorial Weekend.
3-1. Swing and a miss. Big hack from Ryder Coons. 3-2 now.
There's just no moment too big for this guy. Good shot right there of Hayden.
Payoff. Outside, ball 4. So it's a leadoff walk here. And that usually leads to multi-run rallies here for the Bear Cubs.
Coming to the plate for Santa Rosa's Honus Wagner. Oh, excuse me, Ben Sanderson. My mistake, Mike.
You know what? It's easy to make that mistake this weekend. 12 hits on the weekend for Ben Sanderson. Kid has been lights out. Another opportunity here. Sanderson nursing a hamstring injury, so maybe we might see another hit. Don't know if he takes one out here. Could be a nice thing to cap off the weekend. Takes first pitch, strike, 0-1.
I'm not sure where you get this guy out. Continues to be a quality, balanced hitter. Toughest guys to beat.
One chop foul, so a quick hole here for Sanderson.
I think the only way you get him out is he gets himself out.
That's a good point. Toughest out in the lineup this weekend for Santa Rosa.
Or El Camino, or Grossmont, or Ohlone. He's a tough out.
Any team in the state this weekend. That one just outside. Shenefield trying to paint the corner. Just missed.
Trevor working hard on that pitch behind the plate. Continues to work for his staff.
One, two. That one taken foul. The play is made in left.
Ben Sanderson still trying to work that side of the diamond, which is his strength. And now tough hombre here in Matt Kimura.
J.L. Sim making the play out in left field. Here comes Kimura. That pitch just high from Shenefield.
No need to hurry here for the Bear Cubs. They know they've done it before. Just play one pitch at a time. But you got a formidable opponent in Hayden Shenfield.
Strike one. Two gone here. Bottom of the 8th. Coons at first. Shenefield delivers, chopped over. That's going to be a foul ball. Berkey ranging to his right, unable to make the play.
No matter the situation, Hayden continues to control counts, even though he probably doesn't have his best stuff as his third day of road out in the bump. Camara ready to keep working.
10-5, Grossmont 4 outs away. 1-2 on Kimura. Breaking ball chopped over. Berkey fires over to first in time. We head to the 9th. Griffins on the doorstep to a championship here in 2017. We're in the 9th. Top 9, 10-5. The Griffins will try to add to their 5-run lead here in Game 7, 2017 Baseball Championship in the 3C2A. Mike Cepeda, Tony Barbone, Jeff Stoynoff with you. Jail Sim, the batter for Grossmont.
Cal
0-2 on Sim outside from Claymar.
Claymar working to get his team back in the dugout. Controlling the count here.
1-2 in there, called strike 3, ring him up.
Sim knew it. The umpire knew it. And now everybody knows it with 1 out. Sorry.
First pitch swinging, recorded out. Cabot Van Til, 2 gone here.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 5, David Maldonado.
I got a feeling that when this day is over, the most sought out apparatus in the building is going to be a bag of ice.
I'll be looking for one for my back. That one to the backstop off of the mat of Maldonado.
That's probably because you've had to carry me all weekend.
I would say the opposite would be true, my friend.
I couldn't carry. What if I had to, I guess?
The 0-1, check swing, appeal over to first. I don't think he went.
No, I think
He did hold up.
He
1-1.
Ooh.
Swing and a miss. Claymore gets dirty.
good fastball there. Trying to get a little more time on the mound, maybe a little more confidence. Tough situation he came into in the 8th. And now he's sparking up a little bit, feeling good.
1-2. Just missed.
Good eye, good paint, good arm side work by Claymore.
Claymore delivers off speed inside. Count now full. Aldonado so savvy with a bat.
Maldonado sometimes looks like he's mad when he has to take. He likes to swing. He likes to swing.
3-2. Swing and a miss.
Good
Got him.
fastball. Good job, Cal. Good job.
So we head to the final 3 outs possibly here of the 2017 Baseball Championships. Can Santa Rosa extend this game even longer, or will we have a new champion here in the 3C2A in 2017? Find out when we come back. And the final hoorah here for the Bear Cubs. We're in the bottom of the 9th. They trail it 10-5. Jeff Bart, Matt Yakota, Daniel Teasley due up this inning.
The Bearcats continue to be aggressive in spite of a 5-run deficit. And here they are again with Mr. Bart swinging the bat, trying to get his team going.
Correction, Nick Robinson on deck for the Bear Cubs. 0-1 for Bart. Outside.
Hayden Shenefield coming in 8 victories, 3 saves, 75 strikeouts, almost 1 per inning, about a 4-to-1 ratio, strikeouts to walks.
1-1 and off of Shenefield, that hit him. Obviously not intentional there, so the leadoff man is aboard. That's just one that gets away from Shenefield.
Now batting for Santa Rosa, the left fielder, number 19, Nick Robinson.
Nick Robinson entered the game as a defensive replacement. Not too much activity during the course of the year. He's only been in 11 games, 2 starts, 16 at-bats, sub-200 average, but it's a new moment here. Nick, big at-bat for the Bear Cubs. Good matchup for Hayden Shenefield.
That one chopped over to Stroll. Stroll going to take care of out number 1 here in the bottom of the 9th.
Again, first pitch swinger. First pitch swinger. Sometimes in this situation he might take a strike if Hayden was fatiguing or if there's any signs based on his activity all weekend, but the Bearcats are here swinging a bat.
Joe Canepa. Now your batter. He will come on. Daniel Teasley. Canepa, freshman first baseman.
Another lightly used player by the Bear Cubs.
Bounce first pitch back.
Hitting 265 in a limited role.
Seems like somebody who has some power. Any big flies this year?
Nothing. He just got he hasn't been up there enough. I don't think. He's got 4 RBIs. But the big, strong kid.
Well, probably better served not to serve him up a cookie.
No. But Hayden doesn't do that too often. A little stingy with his cookies.
He really is. Not the baker. He's more of a butcher, carving things up. Canepa is going to take this one deep. That one's going to get off of the wall. I don't know if it was a cookie, but Canepa eats it up. It's a 1-out double now, second and third here. The Bear Cubs refuse again to go away quietly.
Joe Canepa. He put a charge on that one. Again, that light pole wasn't the way it might have left, but high off the wall here at Fresno City College. And again, as Jeff would say, we're not surprised.
No. That'll bring up top of the order, Blake Berry. Berry with 1 out. The spot here, keep the rally alive. First base is open. Shenefield not tasted defeat this year.
Blake Berry, that's the diet he'll get, is away, away, away. That flag has not only memorialized the day, but is slightly blowing out to right.
That one popped up. Runner will tag. We will see Bart score.
This is a situation now that I think goes through the dugout. Get the next man up. Next man up, next man up. Try and get that tying run to the plate.
Well, the next man up is Josh Lenny. Lenny been fantastic for much of this weekend. Did have a bit of a hiccup during the 4-run rally in the top of the 8th for the Griffins.
Anticipation everywhere in this ballpark right now.
First pitch on Lenny. In there for strike on 1. The Griffins 2 strikes away.
Hayden Shenefield gritting his teeth like a gritty, grinding Griffin.
I love alliteration. 0-1. Fouled back, 0-2. The Bear Cubs down to their final strike here in 2017.
It's time we just let the moment take care of the narration.
Shenefield. Swing and a miss. Grossmont, your champion here in 2017. The story of the weekend, Hayden Shenefield closes it out.
Fans will be having our award ceremony. Fans, please stay off the field until the conclusion of the award ceremony. We thank you for your cooperation.
What a weekend here, Bones.
It's been great. Again, we started the show understanding what this day is all about, and we close with what this day is all about. Student athletes in the state of California compete to the bitter end. Again, I was honored to be with you. I appreciate the opportunity, even though in a unique situation when I came in is kind of out of the bullpen a little bit. but we've hung together. I appreciate your team, been respectful, and I think all of us have been rewarded with a great weekend. And now I move forward. I need to go down to that table and perform my 3C2A duties as assigned. This was just my side job, but I thank you.
Tony, we appreciate your time, and hope to see you next season.
That'd be good. That'd be good.
Congratulations.
We'll ask for God to keep me upright one more year, and I'll help you.
I got you. Well, I got a similar ride in a hybrid vehicle down south after everything wraps up here today.
Okay, well, everybody travel safe. Matt, Jafe, Emery, Jeffrey, man, thanks. It's been great, and I'll see you right before we check out today. Travel safe to all of you, and God bless.
Thanks, Bones. It's final, 10-6. Grossmont prevails. They dethrone the Bear Cubs here in 2017. The Griffins, your champion in the 3C2A. Back in a moment. Post-game festivities here from Fresno. check one. I'm here with head coach Randy Absher. A 2017 title in the books. What an amazing tournament, and wow, what an amazing performance from Hayden Shennefield.
Oh, absolutely. Hayden Shennefield called me in the fall and said, hey, I play adult ball. Do you mind me coming out and trying out for the team? And you never turn away a guy to a program. And he came in, and he's a real deal. Real deal. Was doing school at San Diego State as well as Grossmont College. And he's just an amazing guy, just amazing individual.
What a great call to have. Shennefield comes out, an absolute bulldog. He gets a save on day one, gets a win on day two, and then closes it out on game 7. Can you talk about the grit of your team? It just seemed to never really let up against a team that was much like you in Santa Rosa.
Oh, yeah. Well, we were all year long very aggressive between the white lines. I mean, this team is from different areas of San Diego and Temecula area, and they came down, and they just were dominant on the field. They had a no-quit attitude every game. I actually had to control them a lot of times because it was like they always wanted to play as hard as they can in practice or in games, and that attitude between the white lines was just amazing.
Can you talk about the performance of Noah Stroll in Game 7? The young man had struggled for much of the week and then finally found a groove. Went deep, a couple of doubles, absolute day here in Game 7 to close things out.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of a hamstring pull, and that's why if you notice he didn't run very hard. He chased the curveball a lot, and they gave him a couple 2 fastballs, I believe they were, and that was him all year long. I mean, he was off the bat, he has a lot of pop, and I thought maybe a couple of those would get out. But, he struggled, and he knows he struggled. But when he came through, again, that aggressiveness, that I want to get it done, and he got it done.
Coach, congratulations again. Back hopefully with Hayden Shenefield in just a bit here, SoCalCollegeSports.com.
Thank you so much for your guys. Thank you.
Coach, great job.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you, guys.
Good stuff, Coach.
Thank you,
Great
thank
stuff.
you, Coach.
Apologies to Trevor Beard's
I know,
mom.
I
heard
know,
about
I
that,
know.
and so.
That's fine.
No worries. Well,
It just felt a little bit. We're newcomers.
Right.
We're not going to be
yeah.
up here every year.
We weren't trying to slide. It was kind of a compliment, but I
I know,
understand.
I know, but you know how parents can get it. I thought it was a pretty good. They get that direction. Let's go that direction. Because you'll have light coming that way.
Stand by. Let's go out here in front of the mound. You're home. We're here with tournament MVP Hayden Shenefield. A save, a win, and he closes out Game 7. An incredible performance by you, Hayden. 12 innings of 1-run ball. Can you just talk to me about the approach this weekend?
You know what, I just came out here, we were the underdogs from the beginning. A lot of people were saying that we shouldn't even be, in this tournament to begin with. And, I just came out with the same approach I've been doing since I got my first start back in the middle of the year. Throw strikes, get people out. That's the plan.
I talked a little bit about it with Coach Absher. Noah Stroll, how big was he today? I mean, obviously you look at the stats, but to persevere, had struggled all week, and to come back like that, says a lot about your team and him as a young individual.
I can't say enough about Noah Stroll, man. He came out. He's the voice of our team. He gets everybody up and going, and he had a rough start to the tournament, but we knew he'd come through, and he came through in a big way today.
Can you talk about maybe some future prospects for you? I know you're getting some looks for some D1s. You're going to be completing your degree shortly here at San Diego State. Is that correct?
I actually already just completed a couple weeks ago, so I did just graduate with a BS in business management, and I'm looking to pursue my baseball career while getting my MBA.
Well, you took care of business this weekend up here in Fresno. Your 2017 MVP for the baseball finals, Hayden Shenefield. Congratulations again.
Thank you very much.
Take care.
Thank you.
That'll do it for our coverage here from Fresno. And your champion, Grossmont College, the Griffins prevail, and they dethrone Santa Rosa. An incredible performance by them as a team, an incredible year here in the 3C2A. Thank you for joining us. We sign off here from John Eulis Ballpark. Thank you for watching.